Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
I remember
What's with the gold teeth? What's going on?
Theo Von
Give me a smile. Oh, you got it top and bottom, man. What did you do?
is amazing. I've always wanted to have money so I could get one of these when I was a kid growing up.
Now, is that one of the ones that you could take out, or is it? Okay, that's good. Because that's such a commitment, you know? One day you got to go to the White House.
Right?
You got diamonds and gold in your teeth. That's crazy.
And it might be a first time, you know?
How does it fit? It's like a retainer?
Yeah, so they fit it, they mold it. I got it done in Dallas, actually. And they just fit it, mold it to your teeth, and then you could pop them in. It's almost like wearing a retainer.
Texas loves grills.
Yeah.
They love grills
We gotta
down
go get
there.
ours.
Well, we got to get
You
Paul
should.
Wall.
Yeah, Paul Wall said he's gonna hook us up.
Just go, ham.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I remember, what was the one episode with Theo, and you asked about the headphones, and he said something like, it's like sitting there with the condom, and then she's just looking at you, or I forget exactly how the joke goes, but it was funny. It's like one of Theo Von's greatest moments where he says all these things. He was like, when I feel like saying it, I just write it down. I don't know if you saw this clip, but it's hilarious.
I mean, I'm sure I was there when it happened, but he says so many ridiculous things I can't remember.
It's just-
Here it goes. Oh, we'll play
I
it
didn't
here.
see you put it on.
I feel like Malone here in headphone land.
Yeah, it is weird,
Oh,
huh?
now you're back.
It's like when you put a condom on and then the other person's just still looking at their phone. And you're like, oh, this is weird. And the person, I mean, is a woman, too.
Right, you gotta tell everybody, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we said the headphones. That just came to my head like immediately.
Yeah, sometimes I have them off, sometimes I have them on, but it's better to have them on. It locks you in.
yeah.
Locks you in, you know?
I feel that.
Did you watch the UFC this past weekend, the Apex?
I watched the main event and co-main.
Bro, the main event. Salkill is legit.
I wasn't too sure about him, but now I'm very sure.
As a man who has one of the best back controls in the sport,
Yeah.
you had to appreciate that back control.
Oh, it was amazing. He took him down, which I was
Yeah.
kind of surprised. I was like, why is he going for the takedown?
Crazy.
Proving a point.
Proving a point. Because his stand-up is so sick, too.
Yeah.
That guy's so complete, man.
And,
to do that to Gamrot?
That's what I was going to say.
Crazy.
He's a sick grappler in his own right. I thought he was going to get out that one moment where he had the leg hiked up. He had the ankle. And all he had to do was swim inside. But he kept it too long, allowed him to hit the ground, and he was able to readjust and lock in that figured four, and it was over.
Well, when he reached over and grabbed the far arm and used that to hang on to the back,
Yes.
like, that is slick.
Yes.
That was slick. He was fucking slick, man. And just very high level. Everything was like an elevated level. I had a very high opinion of him before the fight, but now I'm like, oh, this dude could do it. He could
knows
do
ball.
it.
He knows ball.
Yeah.
I was really surprised with that. And the fact that it went so quick. All his fights have been in the first round.
And these scrambles from this position. Now, generally in this position, it's so hard to keep back control. Like right here, grabbing the arm and this adjustment, bro, that's really skillful.
It's a seatbelt.
Yeah.
Just the way he's able to adjust it. Gamrot's trying everything, but once he gets to that position, it's over. You're back. You're back in his backpack, and
He's got a lot going on, man. He's, first of all, real tall for the weight class. I think
Huge.
he's over 6 feet tall. Long, excellent reach, excellent strike. The other thing that he did that was really slick, he pretended to get up off of his back so Gamrot explodes, and he exposes his neck right there. Watch that, back that up just a touch. What? Look at that. This is so slick. Like, look, he's hanging on his back. They're struggling. And he said, let me just sit up. And he'll sit up. Bam! Right there.
And then
That's
snatched it
so
up.
nasty. This
it's
kid-
slick as fuck, man.
That's so slick. That's such a good sneaky move. Because the guy's like, oh, now's my time to, those moments where you feel like you can move.
Yeah.
Like he give you some space. Like, I'm going to go. And then, plop.
Anytime I'm in training and someone has my back, I always try to make sure I'm always aware of the choke. Matt Serra always says, always protect the choke first, and that's the main thing I always try to focus on. Protect the choke first before you start doing anything else that's crazy. Because at the end of the day, it just takes that little split second to get under the neck, and that could be the fight.
Yeah, it's like sometimes people just get they get a little too urgent. You know, they get a little too. They just want to make something happen without just being safe all the time. Always be safe. And that's then in Gamrot's situation right there. That was the moment, because who knows if he could have made it out of that position and survived all those choke attempts and got to the next round. Who knows? You know, and if he got on top, who knows? And Salkild, I mean, you presume he has great endurance. You presume, but we really don't know yet.
We have no.
He's
It's the wild unknown about him.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like, I don't know how good he actually is, but I can tell you what, first round, he's a motherfucker.
He's a motherfucker.
That guy is good.
It's interesting, like these guys that have the unknowns. You know, like some guys get really far. Like Tom Aspinall becomes heavyweight champion of the world, and it's kind of an unknown whether he can fight in the 4th and 5th rounds. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right? We just know he's a blitzer. We know he's big and fast, but we really rarely see him get out of the first round.
Yeah.
Kind of nuts.
It's a gift and a curse.
Right. That's a good way to put it.
Because you get both your paychecks, you get done really, really early. But then if you get into you run into the wrong one and the fight starts to get tough, you don't know if you can actually push that envelope. Because training's different.
That is the most bullshit part of the UFC. You get both your paychecks. Fuck off. Fuck off with that. I hate it. That drives me nuts.
I know the boss. We could talk to him.
He's not going to listen. I've said this 100 times already. It should be you get paid what you get paid. It shouldn't be. First of all, if judges were perfect every time, maybe you could make an argument for that. But I still don't think you should make an argument for that, because I think guys fight as hard as they can to win. There's no one who's fighting harder because you think you're going to get a win bonus. You know, you're fighting as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
At the highest level. And so you're not incentivizing people to fight harder. You're just you're giving too much of their career, too much of their future, too much of their actual, like, how they're going to feed their family to the whims of people that sometimes get it wrong.
100%. I do remember one incident where I was where I was going to fight harder. And that was UFC 300 against Calvin Kattar when Dana announced the bonuses were going to be $300,000. And I got super pumped up. And everyone always points to this. They go, you got so excited, and then you went there and you fought like that. I go, listen, it takes two to tango. If he wants to sit there and hold me, it's not much I could do. I can't really just fight. I thought about it, I was like, I'm going to just go out there and just start swinging for the fences and take him down and maybe get a crazy finish. And it didn't go that way. But I tried.
Well,
I tried. I thought about it.
Guys cancel each other out, too.
Yeah.
That's the thing, when people want exciting fights. Everybody wants exciting fights. Of course. But there's a reality to skillful guys going after each other, and that sometimes they'll cancel each other out and make a boring fight.
Yeah.
That shit happens.
It really does. There's no rhyme or reason either.
Nope.
I mean, who is it? Like Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis.
Oh my God, one of the worst fights of all time.
But we all thought that was going to be just a quick fight.
We thought it would be madness,
and
guaranteed madness. Two of the biggest knockout artists in the history of the heavyweight division.
An exact opposite.
Nothing happened.
But
it was hell.
These fights happened. And then the fans get on you about it. I'm like, listen, you go take a punch from that guy. That guy is going to send my consciousness to a whole different universe.
Well, you had Francis coming off the loss to Stipe, and I think he was a little rattled mentally. And then you had Derek, who realizes, like, he's looking for his one big shot, and he's not willing to wade in and get clipped. And so he's, waiting to play the role of the counter striker, and then no one does nothing.
Yeah. Carlos Esparza and Rose
Namajunas, worst fight in history, arguably. I think it might be worse because I think that was 5 rounds. We went through 5 rounds of that shit.
It was 5 rounds.
That was worse than Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou would have been the worst because of expectations, but it was only 3 rounds.
Yeah,
this was 5 rounds of what the fuck is going on.
And it's not a knock on the fighters.
Of course not. They're two of the greatest flyweights. Right, no,
yeah,
strawweights. It's 2 of the greatest strawweights of all time. I mean, Rose Namajunas, when she knocked out Zhang Weili with that fucking head kick, holy shit! Yeah. When she starched Joanna, hit her with that left hook and took her out. Like, dude, Rose is a beast, man. She's a beast. One of the absolute most exciting fighters, champions of all time. In those particular exchanges, like some of the fights that she's had, they've been amazing fights. But that fight sucked.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
It happens.
Just happens sometimes.
Can't explain it, but sometimes you just feel something when you're in there. You're just kind of like, well, I'm not going to go. And they're like, well, I'm not going to go if you're not going to go. Then it's just a staring contest.
I don't know what was going on in that fight. It was very strange. But I also think there's a time when you've been in so many wars. You know, you've had so many wars that your willingness to exchange is different.
Yeah.
Your drive to attack is different. It's not there anymore. You know? And especially people who fight in wars. And Rose has been in some wars.
And that's why I fight the way I fight now so differently, because those wars that I had leading up to where I'm at, I mean, I had that barn burner with all these other guys on the way to the title, and I had to change it up.
Yeah, you got to stay alive. You got to fight smart.
I'm joking. My fights are not barn burners like that.
No,
but
they're different. Your fights are the best. You have the best back control I think I've ever seen in this sport. When you get on someone's back, I'm like, oh shit, this is getting crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
I did want to say I appreciate, because I do hear the episodes where you guys talk about it. I'm like, yeah,
dude,
so
your back control's nuts.
That.
The Sandhagen fight is nuts. When you know how good Sandhagen is, and you just got that back, and that was nighty night. It was so slick. You've done that to so many dudes too, and you could see, you know, like obviously redemption for you was the second Piotr Jan fight. That was redemption.
Felt so good.
Cool. I remember you came in right afterwards and was like, everybody's got to shut the fuck up now. They all got to shut the fuck up.
It was a split decision. I go, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you really showed everybody in that second fight. The first fight was just nonsense. The first fight was just that kind of a move to hit someone when they're down on one knee like that. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
That was a rough time.
Crazy. And then you, having already had a bulging disc in your neck was already fucked. It's also kind of crazy that you could compete at the level that you compete at with a fake disc in your neck.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about that thing?
Oh, 100%. I still have like nerve damage in my tricep from it. Like if I do like a Pilates or just a plank, you'll see it just this side shaking. It's so bad.
Wow.
Even till this day. It's a lot better than what it was before, but this is what people don't understand. That some of these fighters, we go through a lot just to make it. And you're going to hear the other side of it when no one told you to do it. It's not even about that. It's just like we're trying our best to chase something great, something that's crazy in the sense of the word, right? And you put your body through hell to get there. And I know there's great fans out there who appreciate that. And there's the other ones who are more casual and they don't really understand. But I wish they took the time out just to train, to do a week of training and understand what we put our bodies through day in at a high level against other high-level guys.
Listen, you need the casuals. You need everybody to buy tickets. It's all great.
Yeah.
But the reality of the casuals, all you haters, you are doing yourself a disservice too. You're saying ridiculous shit. You're acting like a fucking retard. What you really should do is do better in your own life, and you wouldn't be a hater, because almost all haters are losers, 100% of them. And the people they're hating on are doing way better than them. 100%. And there's legitimate criticism, but legitimate criticism can be handled respectfully. And the people that don't handle the people that don't dish out legitimate criticism respectfully, it's because they haven't been smacked. Right?
Yeah.
Or they haven't been smacked by the guy they're talking shit about.
Yeah. Or they see him and then they change their tune real quick.
Of course.
It's such a weird
People
thing.
are so crazy. They talk about literal professional fighters and call them pussies.
I can show you this.
So
I got a lot of DMs.
It's so delusional.
One guy said I'll fold you in half like recently because I don't
but
really check
they're
those messages.
just trying to fuck with your head. They don't even believe that.
No.
They're trying to get a rise out of Aljamain Sterling. They can get a rise out of a UFC champion. You know how when they're 16 years old, jerking off, Cheetos all over their fingers? You know how exciting that must be to have direct contact with you?
Yeah. That's why I try not to engage as much as I used to. Because before I think we talked about it before, I would engage and go back and forth.
Don't do it.
And I kind of got away from it, but the old version of me would like to just say all kinds of crazy shit, but I'm a little bit more mature now.
There's no benefit in it, and it wastes energy. That's the problem. And then it also wastes you get distracted. You're like, what did he say back? I can't wait to see what this motherfucker responded to. I'm going to get him again.
I do check.
You saved a bunch of pictures of him from the Instagram.
Let me see your ass in person, in real life.
Yeah, before he deletes it, let me screenshot these.
There's people are people, so I get it.
Yeah, people are people, man, and I would have done the fucking same thing. If I was 15 years old and somebody gave me an Instagram account and I could talk shit to whoever, I would talk shit to everybody. Whoever it was.
I'm trying to think if I was like that. I don't know if I was ever like that
It
as a
didn't
kid.
exist when you were a kid. The access didn't exist. If that access existed, I guarantee, if you and your friends like, bro, Drake's talking shit with me, you and Drake are going back and forth, you're like, fuck you, pussy. Of course you would do it. Everybody would do it. I would do it 100%.
I guess it's just human nature.
100%. But I think that when you get to the level that you're at, a literal world champion and a professional fighter of the highest caliber, you do yourself a disservice. I love Sean Strickland. He's crazy as fuck, but he gets in there with everybody all the time.
I love it.
He gets in there all day long talking shit with people. He gets in there, but it somehow or another doesn't distract him. I wouldn't give him the same advice. Something's fucked up about his brain that, like, for him to be in that kind of conflict all day, it doesn't seem to bother him at all.
I think it fuels him to want to keep going more, like driving.
Bro, Goggins plays a recording of all the shit that all of his haters have said to him while he runs.
I wouldn't do that, but
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's people that are wired different, and they think Sean is very, very much wired different, and for whatever reason, you know.
yeah. Sometimes I always, but I like it. He should have a segment like how Ray Longo has like the Ray Longo minute. He should have like a Strickland minute.
Well, I was telling
Just a
him,
rant.
we were talking when he was out here. He went to Ways to Well as well to get his shoulder worked on after the Hamzat victory. And I was saying, you 100% could do a podcast. It would be hilarious. It would be great. You could have guests on. You could do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you have a real future outside the sport. Like, and he's also very smart with his money. As crazy as that dude is, he saved a ton of money. He gives great investment advice on Twitter. Like, he gives investment advice. You're like, wait, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This is the same guy? He's telling you how to invest your money, S&P and all this shit. And like, oh, what?
He's not as crazy as he comes off.
He's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. He uses that as like, it tricks you. And it tricks you into thinking that he's like a silly person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he'll say whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
And that's him.
But the motherfucker can fight.
Yeah, and I
At
respect
the end of the
that.
day, that's the thing. That dude can fight. Like, he can fight. And he fights in a weird way. Like, his very weird style. Like, nobody has that style. This episode is brought to you by Ketone IQ. I've tried a lot of supplements, but for years, it's been one thing that I've been obsessed with to keep my brain locked in, and that's ketones, an energy molecule our brains naturally create when pushed to our limits. Ketones used to cost thousands of dollars a shot and were only used by super elite people. But now, thanks to a $6 million research contract with the military, Ketone IQ had a breakthrough, and you can finally get ketones online on Amazon or at Target for $5 a shot. They don't taste good, but damn do they work. Trust me, if you rely on your brain for your day-to-day success like I do, take Ketone IQ. I take it and I love it. I feel sharper. I make better decisions. I have faster memory recall, and I'm more productive. Your brain thrives on ketones. Go to ketone.com/Rogan for 30% off your subscription order, or find Ketone IQ at Target stores nationwide in the protein and electrolyte aisle and get your first shot free. They're so confident in it that they even offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. So go ahead and take your shot.
By the way, do you have a lighter?
Yes,
And a
of
cutter.
course. What, you want some cigars?
I got some.
Oh, shit. Aljamain brings gifts. Let's go.
We bring gifts. These are fighter cigars too.
Fighter cigars?
Yeah, I'm like
What
part
does that
owner.
mean?
So it's different fighter lines. I know you got Foundation.
Uh-huh.
If I could ever open this, I think it's all cold now. I need to use my fighting muscles. Fuck it up.
It is about...
I might. You might. You get the bear claws. It's weird.
I broke it. I broke that too. What the fuck, dude?
It's
I'll use
supposed to
the
just
arrowhead.
It's supposed to just pull open.
Should.
I opened it this morning.
That's weird. Did something happen to it?
Got cold.
I got a knife in here somewhere. Where's some
crazy.
big ass knives that used to be here, Jamie?
Oh, you had to take them out.
Why? Oh, when the vice president was here?
Yes.
Lucky I always carry one. If we can't get these open, Aljamain, bro, this is like hermetically sealed.
It's not backwards or something?
No, here it goes.
There we go.
Got it.
So we got different ones. You got a Judober in there. You got a Funk Master. You
Which
got a
one's
Ode.
this?
I think that's the Funk Master. Oh, so I don't know if
that's
you
you?
like light or dark.
I like them all.
Mild.
This is you? We got to smoke yours. Come on. Triumph Cigars. So who's making these? Where are they making them out of?
So he gets them from different places.
Got some clipper on the back of that too.
Sick.
He gets them from different places, like
Yeah, like Cuba,
Really?
Nicaragua,
Cuba.
Honduras.
Cuba. Really?
I believe it's Cuban.
Because Cuban cigars are
Banned or some
hard.
shit.
No.
How you do
They're
this?
not really banned. Pop the top. Have you ever? Do you know how to smoke cigars, son? You know what are you
Brother,
doing? What are you doing? Give
I
me
don't
that.
know what
Give that to me.
Oh,
That's the
shit.
clipper.
Bro, this is high. This is some high level shit right here.
Calibri.
Wow.
Lot of fake Cuban cigars.
You
I
got
got
one?
one. I got one. And then foot or top. There you go.
So you got like Maduros and different kinds. I'm like new into cigars.
And these are the Funk Master. That might be dead. Here, I'm sorry. This one's good. This one's good.
Jamie, you smoke cigars?
Jamie's strictly blunts,
Oh.
but now he's got to stop because he doesn't want to be a
Not
felon.
here. Can't do it here.
He's got to cross state lines. Got to
Back
go to
in
Oklahoma
Ohio,
and get
yeah.
high.
do you actually?
Once a day.
Yeah, he takes a flight southwest to Oklahoma, gets some bong rips, and hops back
45
on a
minutes
plane.
there. Come right back.
This is good. This is very good. So
The feedback on them has been great. They're good quality cigars. They make them from like people that make them, and they get them to make our own different like lines of them.
Right.
So pretty cool. But I like them.
when we used to perform in Miami, there was a place that you could go. We could watch them hand roll cigars, and they'd sell you cigars like hand rolled. It was pretty dope. You watch these ladies like roll everything out, and they get
Yeah.
that long knife, and they slice it up, and they.
You rolled yourself? Have you? rolled?
No.
They taught us how to roll down in Miami.
I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to do brain
It's-
surgery on
it's
myself
fun.
either.
It's fun.
Get an expert. Somebody's got to be good at this.
Mm-hmm.
You got a rum line too, right? Mm-hmm. Is that it? Funk Harbor around your neck?
Funk Harbor, baby.
Look at you.
I got money now, Joe.
You know that song? Bitch, I got money now.
I was supposed to bring my Sharpie. I didn't know if you wanted it like signed or whatever, but
Sure.
we won
We'll get you a
multiple medals
Sharpie.
and things like that. so-
Multiple medals. There's
Yeah.
medals for
like competitions. Yeah,
rums.
yeah. We got 2 double golds for this. We got 2 double golds for the silver.
Jamie, can you get us some ice cubes and some glasses? Let's fucking party, Aljamain.
Then we're gonna go to the mothership. I love that name, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what to call it. We had a bunch of different, Mitzi Shore, that lady who ran the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
the painting up there, that's her. She was the owner and founder of the Comedy Store. She used to say about the comedians, the inmates are running the asylum. So we were going to call it the asylum, but I thought that sounds corny. A little corny. There's something about it. It's like a little like, oh, we're crazy, And then I thought, well, what is this? One of the things that Ron White, he was the first. Ron White was the first guy to move here. And, I knew Ron real well from L.A. And Ron said, well, I love it. It's in the middle of the country. You could fly out. What's the matter? You want one, Jamie? You got work to do. You won't get hammered with us. He goes, it's in the middle of the country. You can fly out. It's only like 3 hours to New York, 3 hours to L.A. It's perfect. And I was like, well, that would be like the mothership, and then you could fly out. All your ships could fly to different parts of the country, but that would be your base. The mothership would be the base. And I'm like, ooh, that's perfect.
pretty cool.
Plus, obviously, I'm
Aliens.
obsessed
That's
with aliens.
that's what I thought it was.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm obsessed for whatever reason. Which one? Dark or light? What's the difference?
So this one's our limited edition. It's got the number 1 on it. We're gonna be coming out with some different ones. We're actually going through a rebrand right now. This one's aged 2 to 5 years, but they're all Jamaican origin. This one's aged under the tropical sun. Unaged is a silver.
Well, bust out that aged under the tropical sun
And
shit.
this one we use ex-bourbon cask. So it drinks really nice if you like bourbon.
Oh, okay.
But it's
So
a little
those-
bit, it's like, I don't want to say sweet, but it's not as harsh when you drink it.
Are you a rum guy? Is that your thing? Is that why you started a rum company?
Yes.
You've
My,
always been a
uh,
rum guy?
My parents are from Jamaica. So I want
My
to do
parents
some.
are from Italy, but I hate grappa. That shit's
Yeah.
nasty.
Grappa's not.
It's fucking nasty. That stuff's nasty.
I'm going to take the big one.
All right. Cheers, sir.
What do you guys say? Salud?
Salute.
Salud? I thought you guys said something else in Italy.
I don't know. Do they? I just got back. I was just there last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. It's awesome. I love it there.
We still haven't gone. We want to go so bad.
Oh, bro, if you want to eat, that's the place.
Pasta.
Oh
I just
my
hear
God.
everybody
Oh
talking
my
about it. I was
God.
like, I would love to do that.
I gained 3 pounds. I ate nothing but carbs. I ate so much food. I ate till I was hurting every night. I was like, I'm gonna ignore my diet completely. I worked out every day, but I was like, I'm gonna ignore my diet completely and just eat for pleasure.
But it's not as bad, though.
It's not as bad for you. The food is not as bad.
But wait, calories are calories still. But
It's just the volume. I'm a glutton. I ate 2 pizzas. I ate linguine with clams. I had burrata and tomatoes, and I also had, what else did I have? Something. Oh, a bunch of pieces of bread. I ate so much in one setting that I got home that night when we sat back, and I was like, I can't move. Like, I've eaten myself to a place where I'm like, you ever see one of those lions that eats too much and they just lie there like, that's how I felt.
trust me, those were my 135 days. And as soon as the fight's over, I'm going in.
Bro, I
I'm
remember
going
one
in.
time I ran into you at the Apex, and I was like, what do you weigh? And you said 176. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You got to lose 40 pounds? That's crazy.
The fascinating part is when I went up to 45, I got down and I was lighter in my natural walking around weight, still eating the same way I always did. And I was walking around about 168, sometimes 66 to about 172. And I'm like, doesn't even make any sense how much lighter I am from 135.
Maybe
And
it's
then-
just less anxiety about making the weight.
That too.
Your body didn't hold on to it as much.
Yeah, so the body kind of just recognizes what's happening, like, oh, this is a nicer weight cut.
Yeah, you're healthy now.
Yeah.
Even
But-
though it's still a weight cut.
I was going to say, but I just checked my weight last week when I got, well, actually 2 days ago when I got back
Let
from,
me guess. You're at least 170.
I'm heavier than that.
175?
North.
80? 180?
I was 78. That's when I checked. And I didn't look fat. I was like, this is crazy. It's happening again. It's happening all over again.
There's people that don't understand it. Like, I have to explain to my normie friends where they're like, how does he lose all that weight? He doesn't have anything to lose. I'm like, well, you're sucking your muscles dry. And that's what's crazy. And your organs. That's what's
not
really
good.
dark. Oh, it's dark, dude. It's dark. It's the worst part about fighting.
I still think same day weigh-ins.
Well, same day weigh-ins would change a lot, but also guys would get really hurt because people are still going to lose the weight. They're still going to do it.
But I think that's going to be like a phase. Like people are going to realize how stupid this is. They go, oh, I actually feel better just competing at my weight.
Perhaps, but I think you would have to have multiple weight classes added. Many weight classes added. There's too many gaps that are too ridiculous.
The 15-pound gap would be the most challenging from 55 to 70.
What about 85 to 205?
And
That's
85.
nuts. 85 to 205 is crazy. 20 pounds is crazy.
I always thought there should be an in-between for that one.
100%. There
But-
should be every 10 pounds. Every 10 pounds is smart. You know, go 125, 35, 45, 55, 60. Blow up in the ones that are, you know, like when you get to 70, make 70, 75. You know, 85 is already there. Make a 95. Make a 205. And then it gets weird with heavyweight. I think you might want to have like a bridger weight, like a 220, 225, and then giant fellas. And then after that, it should be as big as the fucking you want to be. Because that's the weird thing is like,
Heavyweight's limited.
I remember Tim Sylvia when Tim Sylvia was saucy. There was a time when Tim Sylvia was big. He was a big fella. And he was cutting weight to make 265 hardcore. He was barely making it. He was so big back then, man.
He's a big man.
He's gigantic.
Yeah.
And that was when he was fucking thick. And I remember watching him struggle to make the 265. I'm like, that's crazy. Why are you making the heavyweights cut weight? That doesn't make any sense.
It takes away from what heavyweight actually
Yeah. The
means.
biggest, baddest motherfucker alive.
Yeah.
You know, when Mike Tyson was fucking everybody up, he weighed 220.
I don't want to say small. Let me not say small.
For
But
a heavyweight?
For a heavyweight, he was small.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. When Kane was fucking everybody up, he was 240.
He was light, too.
Yeah. Fedor, same thing. He was never real big. Fedor was fairly small compared to a lot of other heavyweights.
But then you got a guy like Rosabellis Dispen.
Oh, that guy's crazy.
He's huge.
7 feet tall. He's gigantic.
Huge. That guy's...
That range is nuts.
He's like the modern day Neanderthal. Like he's an Amazonian.
He's a giant, a literal giant. He's one of those guys where when I saw that fight that MVP did with him and Junior Dos Santos, I said, please don't do that fight. That fight's not right. That's one of those fights where you're like, that fight's not right.
Yeah.
This is just too much of a changing of the guard. Yeah. There's one guy who is coming off of karate combat, first of all. One thing if Junior was a wrestler. If Junior was a sick wrestler, and, maybe he's going to take him down, ground and pound. This is kind of, even though he's older, he's been knocked out a bunch of times, he's still very dangerous. But, Junior had seen his best days back when he knocked out Kane, which was like, what year was that?
Ooh, 2016, 2015?
Was it even?
I got signed at 2014. I remember not Kane.
So it was it was the big Fox card. It was the first card on
2016.
Fox because I remember they made Kane fight with a blown out knee, or they encouraged him to fight with a blown out knee. Kane's knee was fucked before that fight, and Junior caught him with that perfect right hand. 2013. Okay,
That's his debut.
Right? No, that's that fight. That's the fight where he knocked out Cain Velasquez. Oh, that's the second one. What's the one where he beat Kane? Is right before that. No, right before that.
Oh,
Jamie.
so he got signed before I
the
did.
Fox one, 2011. Okay, so 15 years of wars.
Yeah.
15 years of the Stipe Miocic fight, which was horrible to watch. Right, that was a brutal, brutal fight. And then you have the second Kane fight, which was horrible to watch. And then I think there was a third Kane fight too. Correct?
With JDS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was also horrible to watch. It's just that
two tough fights back to back.
Bro, if you don't take Kane out in that first round, that storm never ends.
Yeah.
Never ends. You're like, we're going to ride this storm out.
No.
There was no
It's not
riding.
happening.
Prime Kane was a motherfucker, dude.
I've always been conflicted with him in DC because it kind of reminded me of Merab and I always said, like, if DC stayed at heavyweight, he could have arguably, potentially have been the greatest heavyweight of all time. But I do know DC always says in the training room, Kane was the man.
Yeah.
He was the guy.
Yeah, he told me always Kane beat his ass. DC should have been a middleweight. How about that?
I don't know. That guy's making middleweight.
Disciplined DC.
Him and his chicken.
If DC went to Dagestan, for 3 years,
He's not going to forget.
yeah, forget 3 years. If DC made middleweight, and he could have made middleweight, a lot of guys who are way leaner than him have made that weight.
So I saw him at my UFC debut, UFC 170, at Mandalay Bay in the back room, cutting weight, doing the workouts, and he looked like he was dying just to make 205.
Mm-hmm. True.
So I don't know how he would have done it.
Well, he would have had to change his diet.
No more Popeyes.
Yeah, no more nothing, no more garbage.
I love
And he
DC.
would have had to. I love DC too. He's my favorite person to do commentary with by far. He's the best.
He's fun.
We have such a good time. We have such a good time. He's such a fun dude. Like genuinely happy, fun dude. Look at him. That's 205 DC. So 205 DC though, you're telling me that like Alex Pereira, if he was built like that, couldn't lose 20 pounds? Of course he could.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's not. Look, if you see the guys that fight at 85, like Joe Pyfer, Joe Pyfer is a giant. Dricus Duplessis is a fucking giant.
He's big.
He's gigantic. He looks like a heavyweight.
But look
and
at his
he
rib
makes
cage.
85. What does that mean? He's sucking it in. He could have made middleweight. He could have made middleweight if he had like the real. If he just had the drive and did it as a lifestyle change and like did it over the course of like a year, and like really leaned himself out, got on like a ketogenic diet, leaned himself out.
But then how often would he be able to fight?
Depends on how much he actually gets his body weight down to. That's the thing. Like DC's only like 5'11", 5'10". How tall is he?
I'm gonna give him 5'11".
Maybe
I like him.
Maybe I love him. might be
Otherwise, I'd say
5'11".
5'8".
But there's guys with his body that could have. But it's not like a thing where you can make the weight by just dehydrating yourself. No, he's too big. But if he had, with his frame, if he had slowly but surely leaned himself out and did it healthy, smart over like the course of a year, he'd have to take some time off and really just dedicate himself to just getting lean. His gas tank would be better. Who's going to fuck with that guy at middleweight? Do you remember what he was doing to Dan Henderson? Do you remember that fight?
Flipped him like a burger.
Bro, he threw him around like a rag doll, and Dan Henderson's a monster. He's a monster. That guy's a beast. He's such a tank. And DC just ragdolled him. Just ragdolled him.
That was 205, right?
Mm-hmm.
Henderson came up.
Mm-hmm. Henderson came up.
Yeah, you know, because when I would cut down, and I wasn't always this big at 35, but when I would cut down to 35, I would have to do it in stages. So I couldn't do a 3-month turnaround like I did for the one fight.
How much time do you need?
I needed 4 months is ideal.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
ideal.
so long.
Because I could slowly get down, and then I could start tripping away. Because I'm at my natural state. I'm fat and happy. And it's not even fat. I'm just at my normal walking weight. And then I get down from 70 whatever to 70. Then I get it the next week or the week following down to 65. After that, I get down to 60. And that's like the optimal weight I want to be at. And then I get to 55. And this is like where I'm going to be when I'm stepping into the octagon. So to do that over the periods of time, like you could do it really quick because I have the wrestler's mentality. I can do it fast, but doesn't mean everything's going to be where it should be. And I also felt my cardio in rounds 4 and 5 in comparison to doing rounds 4 and 5 in the training room, severely different. My gas tank, you would think I was Marab, right? And just for comparison's sake, right? And then I'll go into the fights in rounds 4 and 5. I'm like, I gotta conserve some energy. I gotta conserve some energy because I'm slowing down. I can feel it, but I'm trying not to show it.
Is there a difference between when you were allowed to use the IV and when they took the IVs away?
I used the IV once,
Only once.
and that was in like 2015. I thought it was stupid. It took
Really?
forever to get it. And I'm like, I could have been eating right now, and I'm the same weight that I was when I just ate. I'm like, I'd much rather just stuff my face.
I think the idea is that it hydrates you more efficiently. Because instead of having to go through your stomach, it goes right into your veins, and then it hydrates your muscles more efficiently.
I didn't really feel like a performance difference, if I'm being honest.
Interesting.
But I'm different. Some people call me an anomaly, and they say you can't do what I do. I drink in training camp, and people think I'm
Do you
crazy.
really?
Yeah.
How
I drink the
often?
night before the fight.
What?
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
have 1 glass, sometimes 2.
Really?
3 is like we're getting crazy, but
The night before the fight, after you've cut weight?
yeah.
Why do you do that?
I'm not John Jones, because that guy's built. I'm built different, but he's built different than me.
Well, I think John is just so fucking talented and so fucking smart that he was able to get by and dominate at a world championship level by putting himself at a deficit like that. Whereas if John, you say that, but John's a different person. Like he wouldn't be the same guy.
I know.
He's wild. There's something
Yeah.
about John that's one of the reasons why he's so good is that he's wild. He's intelligent and wild at the same time.
And that's why you can't compare. It's like whatever makes you happy. When people, I remember Kyle Dake said something like he'll eat ice cream, not right before a match, but in his training. He said because it makes him happy. I want to have a drink because throughout the training camp, I'm already going through this hard grind. After sparring, and I feel like I hit a threshold where my conditioning is at a place where I want it to be. It's like a checkpoint. I'm like, okay, this is my checkpoint. I hit it.
Have you ever worn an Aura ring or a Whoop strap or any of those things?
Yeah, that thing's stupid.
Well, they lie to you.
That thing's attacking me every day.
Because what it's saying is that the alcohol is affecting your sleep.
Stop attacking me. I'm like, took that shit off and threw it in the corner somewhere.
Fuck you with your facts.
No, serious.
Facts and data.
I remember I brought out Adrian Yanez. I brought him out twice. The first time, though, it was for the Piotr Jan rematch. And he stays at my house for about a week. We spar. I think it was a Thursday. I take him to Johnny McGorry's. And I bring it to my guy Rishi. He's
What's
like
Johnny McGorry's?
it's a pub.
Oh, okay.
On Long Island in Massapequa. They got 2 now. But I bring him over there, and the guy I talked to over there, who I deal with, Rishi, he's the man. He's good friends with Weidman and Vellante from like the college days back at Hofstra, and he's a big MMA fan. So I love that. So instantly we kicked it off when I met him the first time. So I bring him over there, and it's after sparring. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get some food. We go there, and then he sees me, and I order a drink, and I was like, yeah, get one for him too. He's like, yo, bro, what are you? Like, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, no, this is normal. Trust me. He's like, he looks at me. He's just like dumbfounded. He's like, you drink in training camp? Like it was the biggest like taboo thing on earth. I'm like, yeah, dude. Like we just had some good rounds today. This is my reward. You deserve one too. Like you're in shape. I'm in shape. Let's have 1 or 2. And I always get my Thai chili wings over there. And so whenever I go in Long Island, I'm finishing up a camp on the East Coast. I'm fighting home on the East Coast. Rishi will always hit me up. He goes, we're going to do the ritual. Get the Thai chili wings. We get my IPAs. And yeah, but like I said, everyone's different. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you're going to do it, you can't, like for me, like having a drink the night before the fight and people go like, you're not worried it's going to affect your performance. And I go, if I lose because of this one drink, I wasn't supposed to win. Point blank period.
Okay, but let me push back on that. Imagine you're fighting a guy who you and him are like that, neck and neck, neck and neck.
Mosar?
Neck and, yeah, right? Neck and neck. And the difference is whether or not you got that extra REM sleep the night before, where you could push when you lay off, when you lay back on the gas, when you really maybe could, like, if you were a little bit more rested, you could just one extra move, one extra transition, one extra guard pass, one extra attempt at a submission, one extra thing that gets you the round. You know what I'm saying?
I take my naps before the fight. I take my naps before the fight. Recharge that battery.
Well, listen, Ilya Taporia used to drink wine at the weigh-ins. He was weighing in while he was cutting weight. He was
no
drinking
perfect
wine.
formula, yeah.
Yeah, there's no perfect formula. I mean, it also, there's something to be said for doing what makes you happy. Always. I think enthusiasm is a very important thing. Enthusiasm and joy is a very important thing. It's underrated.
Yeah. So my friend Dennis Bazookia, he just fought in the Albania card. Bad stoppage by the ref. And I like Jason Herzog, but bad stoppage. He said he tapped, he didn't tap. But I remember his second contender fight, he's cutting weight, and Maraba's having a party at his house in Vegas.
That tap, that was a weird one. That tap was weird.
He went from locking his hands to finding his leg and pushing off the leg, and he ruled it as a tap.
I just don't understand that tap.
I go, Jason. I've trained with Jason, and I'm not attacking him because I don't want people thinking I don't like to attack people unless they really deserve it. But I go, if you're not sure, because he said he wasn't sure. He said it looked like a tap. So I go, if you think it looked like it and you weren't sure, why not just wait? Because if it was, he would do it again.
Yes.
But his immediate action after pushing off the leg was to grab between his leg, where you kind of lock your hand from the head and arm.
Defend.
I have the hardest time ever finishing Dennis, and I'm a pretty good black belt in jiu-jitsu, and that's a good position for me. And I struggle. I could count on my hands how many times I probably finished him in that position.
It's the classic defense.
Yeah.
You grab the leg, and that's the best way to prevent the guy from putting all the pressure on the neck with the head and arm. Do you ever go to, do you know what the impaler is? Eddie Bravo calls the impaler. To get out of that position, you slide the knee to the sternum, and you finish with the knee on the sternum.
For the bottom guy.
For the top guy. So when the guy's defending, you go knee to sternum, it's fucking brutal, man. It's brutal.
You're being attacked on 2 different fronts.
You're being crushed, your sternum's being crushed, and this defense does not work as good anymore. It still gives you a little bit, the grabbing the leg and looping over like that gives you a little bit, but there's something about that crushing on the sternum and along with the squeeze of the head and arm choke. Yeah. It's nasty.
The difference with that, I would imagine at least when I've tried it, I try to get it before they get on their side. Because once they're perpendicular with the ground, it's a little bit hard to get the exact pressure point of what you want. And I tried this literally the very next day, and I go, there's no way you could submit somebody with your ass in the air. You could be squeezing as hard as you want, But if your ass is in the air and this guy's on the side, it's gonna be really difficult to make somebody tap in that position.
Very hard, depending upon your squeeze ability, right?
That too.
Did you see Amosov when Amosov finished that dude? He did that thing. He's a nasty grappler,
Bro. And it's crazy because he lost to Jason Jackson, and I'm not saying that as a slight.
Bro, Jason
but it's just
Jackson's
like,
a beast.
how good is Jason Jackson?
Jason
And-
Jackson's real fucking good.
And that's my Jamaican brother. He's not signed yet.
Real good. He needs to be signed to the UFC 100. 100%. That guy
wish-
could crack. And
wish
he
they
took
would-
him out, man. He took him out. He didn't just beat him.
Yeah. I
He
wish
took
they would
Amosov
just
out.
cross promote.
Well, that's
I know
not
Dana's
gonna
not
happen.
gonna. I know it's not gonna happen. But
I wish Santa Claus was real.
yeah. But I go like, why don't we just find out make it like boxing, where we can find out who's actually.
So look at this, how he finishes. DC and I were actually talking about this because he goes knee to the belly. See how he does that? Across. Now, if you're grabbing the leg, so if he was grabbing his leg, you would go knee across the chest and you put it right down on the sternum. But he did that to make sure he was flattened out.
Yes.
To make sure that he couldn't go to the side. But this dude
This was so good.
wicked.
Joel's just looking. It's like, I can't do anything about that.
Of course he can fucking. Of course he can breakdance. Bro, breakdancing is a great base for jiu-jitsu. We had a bunch of guys, Richie Martinez and Gio Martinez, these guys that came into 10th Planet way
Gumby.
back in the early 2000s. And we were all like, oh, shit, breakdancing. Like, we never even thought. Gymnastics, everybody knew. Like, a guy who could do gymnastics, a guy who was, like, really good at tumbling, that kind of explosive ability and balance and control and body strength totally translate to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But we didn't even think about it. Like, breakdancing is kind of like a gymnastics. These dudes are doing weird shit where they're on one arm with their legs lotus position above their head and they're hopping around on one arm. That's crazy.
It is. Because I try to do it. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that.
Eddie started doing breakdancing practice as a part of like strength and conditioning training for jiu-jitsu. He started trying breakdancing moves. Eddie's so open-minded. He's always willing to like try something out. Like, thing about Eddie's classes too, if somebody finishes somebody with something, Eddie will like stop the class. What did you do? And it's like, oh, I do this and I grab my foot here. And he's like, okay, everybody look at this. Come over. And he'll bring everybody over. He'll show it to us. Show us how you set it up. And he'll show them how you set it up. And they go, who thinks they can get out of this? Who thinks they got to move to get out of this? And then they would all practice different ways to get out of this. And they go, well, what if a guy does this? What if a guy does that? And they break it down. Like, he is very, very like open to new moves. And it makes his classes very interesting in that regard.
You guys still train?
I don't. I haven't trained in a while. I was training with Gabe Tuttle out here for a little bit, but I got one knee, man, that just keeps fucking up, and I like to do too many things to want to go through another surgery or to deal with something. I just don't want to. It's like everybody I know that gets to my age that still trains gets a disc replacement, gets another surgery, and then when you start getting like back surgeries, or like Matt Serra just got a knee replacement recently, you start getting to that range. It's like, hey, this shit's forever.
Yeah.
Like you got to walk around, you got to play with your kids, you got to be able to go hiking, you got to be able to do things. And if you break your body down, especially through grappling, I still hit the bag. I still train like kickboxing. I still do a lot of working out. I work out constantly. But every time I start doing jiu-jitsu again, my knee starts throbbing.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to Al Iaquinta.
Yeah?
Sucks. I always go like, I wonder how much more he had in the tank.
Bro,
if
he
it
gave
wasn't for
Khabib
that.
a hell of a fight on no notice.
Yeah.
No notice.
And the Khabib fans don't give him any credit for it. They go, he was playing with him. I go, really? Tell me one fighter who goes out there and tells you that they're just going to play with their opponent.
Primetime Al was a beast.
Yeah.
He was a beast. And he was tough as shit and game, Isn't he selling real estate now? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Al Iaquinta.
Yeah, he's doing really well, man.
Good for him.
Working together for a little bit, but then it got to the point where I was like, dude, I just don't have the time. I got to make a decision, and that's when I started doing the rum company and everything. And you see how fast time gets absorbed with things.
Oh, yeah, with everything.
Yeah.
I wish I had multiple lives so I could do multiple different things, multiple different lives.
You might be in another dimension.
Maybe. I would love to. But in this dimension, I have too many interests. I almost wish I didn't have as many things that I love to do. I could whittle them down to a few.
Yeah.
You know.
I still want to learn how you do your spinning back kick. I throw mine, but I know you do yours a little bit of a different way. I remember the video you did with GSP showing him how you do yours. But I like to spin. I like to spin to win.
Listen, if it lands, the amount of torque that you get on a spin is crazy.
Come on. It's not good.
What do you do different than the way I do it?
I don't know. I know you're supposed to step, turn the heel, look over the shoulder.
You can jump as well. You don't have to step. The whole thing is just getting it out in a straight line.
Yeah.
And the problem with most people that didn't train like in a classic Taekwondo school is that it's a circle. Circle can land. It can land, and it can be really powerful if it lands, but it's not going to be as powerful as the way I do it. The way I do it is a turn. And then I always say spinning back kick when I do commentary because everybody understands that.
Yeah.
But it's a turning side kick is the way we talked about it in Taekwondo. It's a turning side kick.
You
the side
fold
kick
the
is
damn
straight.
bag.
Yeah, I'm getting maximum amount of energy. Maximum efficiency. It's the difference between throwing a punch like this. You can knock somebody out if you throw a punch like this, like a crazy arm punch, and you could hurt them and knock them out 100% of the time. And you could do that once and say that's the way to throw a punch. Or you could learn how to throw a punch Tommy Hearn style where you're fucking turning your body into it and you got all that torque and bang! It catches you on the end in a straight line.
Yeah.
And Tommy would just starch people with that. Or Deontay Wilder, right? Straight down the pipe. That's the difference between a turning side kick and when people spin in a circle. So when you spin in a circle, of course it's going to have power. You have giant legs. Your legs carry your body around all day long. You're pushing off the other leg. You're spinning with all your torso. Yeah, it's going to have power. But it's not going to have as much power as the way I do it. The way I throw it, when it lands, everything's going in a straight line, and I'm pushing off my back leg, and I'm getting all my abs into it, my hips into it, and it's just straight, just thud. And I know that if I hit you with that, you're going nowhere.
You're going down.
You're going to the hospital. Like, you're not going to make it, man.
Yeah, I saw you hit the bag, and I was like, holy shit, that's a fucking kick and a half right there.
There's only one video of me online fighting. It's from when I was 19. I was at the U.S. Cup in Connecticut, and I hit this dude with a spinning back kick and sent him through the air, sent him flying through the air. And I knew the moment I hit him, I'm like, this fight's over. I turned around and just walked off casually. I did, because I would like to do that, like fuck with people's heads. But I knew that one move has too much power for your body to absorb. There's no way you can take it. It's just too much. It's like getting hit by a car.
No, it's nasty, man. It's a nasty kick.
Like when John landed on Stipe.
Yeah.
It just caved his body in. Like, Stipe is one of the toughest human beings that's ever walked the face of the earth. But he takes that to the body. Like, you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. And John's so smart. Like, John practiced that specific technique because he was going up to heavyweight. He was like, I need something because I can't knock guys out with one punch at heavyweight. I can maybe kick them but what's the most powerful kick? And he realized it's the spinning back kick. So he just drilled it. So 3 days a week, that's all he would do is just drill the spinning back kick. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You've probably heard about BetterHelp before, but maybe you haven't heard from those who have actually used BetterHelp. That feedback can tell you everything you need to know. Go to betterhelp.com/reviews and check out the feedback from hundreds of people saying how much they love this service. It's easy to see why. To get started, all you have to do is answer a few questions. You'll get matched up with a therapist based on your needs. And if it's not the right fit, you can switch therapists at any time. See the reviews, see what stands out, and see if BetterHelp is right for you. Visit betterhelp.com/JRE. That's betterhelp.com/JRE.
Yeah. And one thing about John, man, he's such his IQ has always been through the roof.
His fighting IQ is crazy.
He understands fighting, and I think that's what sets him apart from everybody else. He understands himself. Like, if you look at him, he could go, I'm not probably going to knock anybody out at heavyweight with the way I punch, so
Right.
develop something else, and it worked.
And that's just reality. That's just the reality of his frame. I mean, you know as well as anybody. It's weird how some people can just punch. They're like, from the moment they get into the gym, the first time they're hitting the pads, like, what the fuck? It's a natural gift. Punching power is a weird natural gift.
Yeah.
And either you have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, you can only develop it so much.
I'm still trying to figure out if I have it.
It's physics, man. A lot of it is like the size of your hands.
And my arms they're long.
Yeah.
So some of the, like a Topuria has like, he's not as long with his reach.
Got big ass fists.
But
man.
I always like imitate the Topuria and the Conor McGregor. With a little Topuria, he's bop, 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 bop. It's just fucking funny shit.
Well, Conor's another example. Like big fists, man.
Yeah.
Look at that dude's fists. They're giant. That's a big thing.
Yeah, I got a little, these hands.
You got to do what you got to do.
These hands are meant for grabbing things.
Yeah, well, they're really good at that. But that's the beautiful thing about MMA as opposed to boxing. Like, there's a whole bunch of different ways to finish a fight.
Yeah. What did you think about the fight with Yusuf before the fight happened? Like, in terms of like, I used to text you like, for, like asking like your opinion, like, what do you think? So I'm curious to know what your thoughts were before the fight. Obviously, hindsight. Because I know what I thought going into.
What
the
did
fight.
you think going into the fight?
I thought it was going to probably be one of the hardest fights, for sure. We've trained together multiple times. Back in 2017, we trained together a couple times within the last 2 years. And I always knew he moved well on the feet, lateral footwork, great calf kicks. And I said to myself, if I get chopped down with a couple of these calf kicks early in the fight, it's going to be a rough night, especially if I can't move and do what I do, which is I'm also good at lateral footwork. And he has those nasty knees up the middle that are very quick to end the fight or put you on skates and could get you out of there, right? And he did submit me that one time, so I think that really gave him a lot of confidence coming into it. So those were my thoughts. I was like, for me to win this, I got to stay on the outside and then put pressure on him when I can put pressure on him, take away his calf kicks when I can, by putting him on the back foot, making it a little bit more difficult to land that calf kick with authority, right? So that was my 2 cents on that. I knew if I could take him down first, it should go my way.
Well, it worked.
Yeah. It was a little easier than I thought it would have been, but
I think
except
you're
that
you're a
guillotine.
different beast. Yeah, the guillotine was tight.
that guillotine had me like, I was like, hold on, I ain't playing for this. I didn't play for this one.
Yeah, that was tight. Yeah, but you got out of it. And I think you're a different beast at 45. You know, I think you just have more resilience at 45. You're more durable at 45.
More energy, too.
Yeah, that's where it comes from, right? It's, again, I wish we could eliminate weight cutting completely from fighting. And I've had conversations with the UFC about doing it, but there's no real roadmap that makes sense. I think once guys get it ingrained in their head that they're going to cut weight, they're just always going to cut weight. They're going to, even if there is weight classes, they're just going to fight dehydrated. They're going to figure out a way to be bigger.
I mean, we did it for wrestling, and we competed 2 hours later, sometimes an hour.
But you're not getting punched and kicked in the head. That's the difference.
That's why I feel if they did same-day weigh-ins, kind of like what you do for an amateur, you could get as big as you can get, which is going to be very little, maybe 5 pounds. So I go same-day weigh-ins. You give them 4 hours, so this way they can eat, have a nice meal, digest, and then they can still warm up and have enough time to prepare for the fight.
But I think for the fighter's own safety, you almost have to protect them from that. And that's why they have the weigh-in the day before, for their own safety. Because there's guys that are just going to be stupid. And the fights are going to suffer. They're not going to be as good because you're going to be more depleted.
I just think there's going to be people that understand you can't cut 20 pounds the day of the fight and go and compete. I think that's going to be the end, like the end all be all. Like you're going to come to the realization, like, hey,
They'll just lose, and then it'll weed out the people that are doing that.
and then they'll go, okay, so
I
that
have to
didn't
go
work.
up. Right.
I have to go up in the weight class, and this makes more sense for me.
Wouldn't it be better if we have random drug tests, right? They just show. How many times have you been randomly drug tested?
With USADA, probably a lot. I know they have it on the website. You could check how many times people have been tested and whatnot.
So it's just random. Now imagine if they did random weigh-ins.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but then the problem would be what happens the day of the fight.
That's the
You know, like what if the guy doesn't make weight?
you're back
Like,
at
what
square
if
one.
what if you have a giant pay-per-view or a giant numbered card? Is that dead?
Oh, I'm about to say.
You have a giant numbered card and the guy doesn't cut weight or doesn't make weight. What do? Do you still have the fight?
I mean, we have the fight now.
Yeah.
So like,
But I mean,
what changes?
it would be different if you only had to cut a few pounds, though. Like if it's So if you did it that way, random weigh-ins and then weigh-in day of the fight, even if a guy was heavy, like you weighed in, 137 or whatever, you're like, well, you got to lose 2 pounds. Anybody can lose 2 pounds the day of, and it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
If you're not cutting weight already.
Yeah.
If you're not cutting weight already and you're fully hydrated and you weigh in the scale at 137, 135 is easy.
Or just penalize them the same way we penalize them now.
Yeah, but guys are just going to take the penalty and fight bigger.
But it's like
and
you're
fight
already,
healthier.
you're like for me, if we did same day weigh-ins, I would have to fight at 155 pounds. There's no way. Possibly even 170 because that's the weight class. 165 would be the sweet spot where it's like, this is nice. I don't have to cut. I'm probably
Right.
going to fight guys more than likely my size. And I'm going to feel good. I'm going to have the energy to compete. And I'm not dehydrating myself severely. Or 155 where I could diet a little bit. I can still get down. I hold myself for a meal, step on the scale. I can have my meal. Now I feel good. I go compete. But I'm not dieting all the way down to 135 pounds, 145 pounds.
Right.
So that's a 10-pound gap. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think the same day it makes sense because you're not as depleted where it wouldn't be as severe in comparison to what we're doing now.
I think that would be smart, but I think the only way that's really going to happen is if you have more weight classes, like at least every 10 pounds. I mean, look at boxing. Boxing has so many more weight classes than the UFC. Like, how many weight classes are there in boxing?
Too many.
There's a lot. There's
It's
a
like
lot.
every 3 pounds sometimes.
Well, the lighter weights, right? When you get down to like atom weight and straw weight and fly weight, like their fly weights are fucking tiny. Like their bantam weight is what? It's not
It's like-
135.
It's, not 30, it's lower.
Yeah, it's like 126 or something. What's bantam weight? 118.
118.
That's crazy. Minimum weight. That's crazy. Imagine telling a lady that in the bar. What do you do? I fight.
135 is a
What weight
lightweight.
do you fight at? Minimum weight. I've never even heard of that.
Minimum weight is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, but this is also why Manny Pacquiao was able to go up and win world championships in 8 different weight classes, which is fucking bananas.
Which is cool, though.
It's crazy. But so go back to that again, please. So look at the difference in the gaps when you get to the top. You got 122 to 126, only 4 pounds. 130, another 6 pounds. 35, another 5 pounds. It's kind of random. 5 more pounds to 40. 7 pounds to welterweight, 47. That's another stupid thing that we do, where we have you have welterweight in boxing, which has existed since the beginning of time, and it's always been 147. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, all those people, Roberto Duran, 147. Our welterweight, 170. Like, it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Come up with another name.
Yeah.
What's a welterweight? It's something somebody made up. Doesn't even make sense.
I just think we're like the Americans versus the Europeans. We just want to go against the grain. Like we have inches instead of centimeters, like what we use in metrics, and pounds versus kilos. Like we just said, fuck everything you're doing. We're gonna do everything different. We're just gonna challenge everything that you're doing.
There's a little of that too, but I think they just wanted recognizable names when they came up with weight classes. Because remember, there was only 2 at one point in time.
Was it lightweight and
I don't remember, but when Frank Shamrock was fighting in his day, it was
He
like
wasn't lightweight.
200.
Yeah.
He fought at 200, and then there was heavyweight.
So I don't even know. I don't know what those weight classes. I used to watch, but I didn't know shit. I just watched.
I think it should just be the number you weigh. It should be fighting the world champion at 170 pounds. That's what it should be. Like wrestling doesn't have names for the weight classes.
No,
You just have
we
weights.
don't. We
You
don't.
just have weights. That's what it should be. Like, this is stupid. The fuck is a welterweight? What the fuck is a straw weight? What's an atom weight? Shut up. What's a flyweight? Fuck
Yeah,
off.
it's very-
You don't weigh with a flyweight. This is stupid. Flyweight's a dumb name. Well, the 125-pound champion of the world.
Minimum weight is a
Ridiculous.
ridiculous name.
Ridiculous. Nobody wants to be minimum weight. I'd rather fight fat.
Minimum weight. I never even knew that was a thing until just now.
Yeah, it's probably tiny little dudes. There's a few dudes that fight in atom weight in 1FC in their kickboxing division that are wild, man. It's incredible to watch. They're so fast. It's like they're defying space and time, and they're super skillful.
Yeah, there was the one guy I saw the Japanese fighter. No, not Japanese fighter. The guy doing the Muay Thai. Well, there is a Japanese fighter. The guy in Ryzen who fought Patchy Mix. Bro,
Oh yeah, dude. That dude's
what
a beast.
the fuck was that?
That dude was a beast.
I was like, this guy's been hiding over here the whole time, and the world doesn't know who this man is. This guy is a savage.
Yeah, he lit Patchy on fire. That was
And
incredible.
Patty's not a striker, but he's competent enough.
Yeah.
But that was like, he exposed like everything, every flaw that he has as a stand-up guy. He took full advantage of it. I was like, dude, this guy's fighting like he's in the Matrix right now.
There's a bunch of those guys
tough.
that exist out there in the world now. You know, it's a different world that we live in.
The Dagestani guy, I think that's that
There's
guy.
a lot of them. There's a
The-
lot of them. There's the guy who fights in the PFL, Magomedov, who's fucking nasty, man. And he fights exactly like the guy who I think might be the best striker in the world, who's just a Muay Thai guy, Azadullah Imangazaliyev.
I think that's the guy.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Bro.
I can't say that.
It's a tough one to say. That guy's nasty. But this guy, Magomedov, did you see the PFL?
I didn't get to watch it last weekend.
He fought in the PFL, and he fights just like Imam Ghazaliyev. And they're both from Dagestan, so I guarantee you these guys are training together.
That was the one last weekend, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
one guy on that card. His name is Levon. He's nasty from Ossetia, the Caucasus regions. But he's a nasty striker. The guy's a
There's
ninja.
so many of those guys right now that are coming up that no one knows, and they're world class. They're like elite world class fighters, and no one knows who they are. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of like world championship caliber, potential world championship caliber fighters out there, never been higher.
Imagine talking shit to that guy. All because you didn't know who he was. You're just like,
It's a problem out there in the world right now. There's so many guys who could fight as
just be
opposed
nice. Just be nice.
to just be nice.
Don't talk shit.
Yeah.
Don't talk shit. Everything will be okay.
Yeah. I mean, how hard is it?
Go
So
home.
tell me what you think about this weekend. Islam versus Ian Gary.
So, what's fascinating about this matchup is how well Ian Gary can control the range. I think he's going to be much bigger than Islam in the sense of height, reach
for sure.
advantage. In terms of size, I never thought Ian was the biggest welterweight. I still don't think he is.
Well, he can't be. He's so tall. He can't be thick.
No, but in a sense, even when you're talking just from a weight standpoint, from what he was walking around at,
Right.
I forgot what he told me he walked around at, but he wasn't cutting a whole lot of weight.
No.
I want to say off the top of my head, maybe 10 pounds.
Which is why he's so healthy. And
Yeah.
he has such energy.
So I go, you're cutting just this and you're going out there and doing this to these guys who are, essentially bigger, heavier guys. But he's got the speed advantage. The thing about Islam, he's such a complete fighter. He could do everything. But this will be the first time he's got a test with a guy who's a long man. And can he get inside, take him down? I don't think he's going to stand up and strike with him. He can, but I just don't think that's the path to victory against a guy like Ian.
I don't think he has any plans of standing up and striking with him other than as a means to an end.
Yeah.
And his grappling is so high level. Islam's grappling right now is at the top of the food chain.
I always want to grapple with those guys just to see where I'm at.
You should go over there.
I remember when Al fought Khabib, and Al might have been like the only guy who was able to like escape certain positions multiple times, where most guys they kind of just concede defeat and they just fold. And we were talking afterwards. He goes like, "I think you would actually do really well grappling with him." And I'm like, "Bro, you're trying to get me killed right now. You're trying to get me killed by the bear." But when he said that, it kind of stuck with me. I'm like, man, I just from my own like experience, not like a ego thing or anything like that. Just be cool to see, and I would like for them to put it on me, just so I can see like where I'm at, see if how my strength measures up with theirs positionally, IQ, knowing when to transition to certain spots. Of course, the weight's gonna play a big advantage, but it's still cool because I grapple with bigger guys. I've grappled with Wyman, and I always tell Chris, like, I wish we were the same size because you would have been my main training partner, bro. Because and that would have been cool, like kind of coming up that way. But obviously Marab was my guy, Al was my guy, Dennis.
Well, having Marab as a training partner must have been an awesome advantage.
Oh, it's the greatest. There's no replicating that. And I see guys outside of like they'll watch and they'll think like, he's kind of like all over the place. He's not really, and then they'll go in there with him and go, yeah, it feels a little different now, now that you've been in there with the guy. It's a whole different beast to watch from the outside. You're like, what is he actually good at? But it's just like the chaos that he brings, always constantly challenging your nervous system, reacting to his feints, his movement. He's just always giving you something to think about. And I remember GSP talked about that, just saying like, you want to use your feints to challenge the nervous system, get guys to react, because eventually you start to slow. Like in the beginning, we're quick twitchy, right? We can react to everything. We're super sharp. As time starts to go on, those reaction times starts to go a little bit slower. You don't react as fast or as quickly, and things that weren't landing are now landing.
Faraz talks about that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's where George got it.
Yes.
Faraz, very smart dude.
So
Very smart dude when it comes to like strategy and understanding like what's going on with fighters and why they're reacting to certain things and what to do and how to counter. It's not guesswork. It's like a really intelligent, structured system of what to do.
yeah, you have to be like that.
Yeah.
I think some guys, they train and then they go and fight without any goal in mind. And I try to preach this because I used to coach at Longo's a lot before, running a lot of my own practices, training camps and stuff like that. So I took over the role of, you know what, we're going to add these 2 MMA classes in. And when we come in, we're going to work on specific things for my fight. And anybody who has a fight, and if I'm not fighting, we're going to focus on you guys. And even if I have a fight, we'll also work in positions that you guys need to work on. And I always try to explain to guys, like, when you're coming in, you should have a mission. Don't just waste an hour and a half of training just to say I trained. That's cool if you don't have a fight, but you should always be looking for something to get better at, something that you can improve at. When you're sparring, hey, you're not just going in there to spar. There should be an intent. Your sparring partner should be looking to give you a look for the fight, and you shouldn't be looking to be a complete asshole and kill your sparring partner, because then nobody wants to spar with you, right? They're doing you a favor, and you need the favor from them to get where you want to be, to make sure all the things that you're drilling on the pads, drilling with your partners one-on-one, and then when you go into sparring and you're putting it together, pull it from 100%, pull it down to like 70. This way you can work in real time. I call it guided discovery. I learned this at SUNY Cortland when I was studying to be a PE major. I did
Guided discovery.
Yeah. So you're working on certain things, and say we're doing wrestling, and you're learning the position. I show you a high crotch. You grab the tricep, or you post it, you shoot the high crotch, which means your head is on the outside, and I attack the leg. 2 hands are now locked on that outside leg. My head is on the outside, and I'm in a strong position. My posture's straight, and now you're learning defense. Okay, so from a defensive position, a guy shoots this shot super clean, super perfect. What are my choices that I can make? What are the options? I could turn the head to the inside, stuff the head. I could push the head further outside and stuff the head to the outside where his head already is and look to cut the corner. Or I could use stuff the head and use my whizzer or tight waist, plug in the hip, stuff in the head, and rotating my hips. And if he puts me down to the mat, what is my responses from that? So then you're chaining everything together, and you kind of got a system of my responses. So I'm not just doing stuff based on instinct. Instinct is good, but you should also have instinctual habits, if that makes sense. Like stuff that you know will work,
Right.
and then you fine tune it to know this is my line of defense. If he goes here and I feel him going this way, I go this way. And if he's starting to turn the other way, then I know I need to do this and turn his head the other way, put my pressure or my weight in another position so that I can now create this space so I can escape and get my leg out.
Right.
And a lot of guys, they're not trained like that. They're going, they're sparring, they're just throwing a bunch of punches. Maybe they're throwing set combos at the head on the pads, but how are you setting it up? Are you feinting, moving him towards the cage, looking for the gap where the octagon kind of changes, where it's no longer like a flat surface and it's cutting at an angle where you take away a little real estate, and then you're trapping them where there's not a lot of room for them to get back from. But now you can set up your strikes and know where you're trying to go. But if I'm cutting him off and he constantly does this and he maybe juke steps me and goes back the other direction and I'm starting my combination, now he's gone. So it's like, how do you set up all these things that you know exactly where you want to go? Because he's going to have an option in the fight in real time. But in training is where you should be working out the kinks and understanding this. And I truly feel this is one of the things I done so well early on in my career, and why I was teaching the class, because I felt like the guys needed it. I was taking these guys down at will. There was no resistance. I'm like, I'm good, but how good am I actually? Because these guys they just don't know. They don't have the information. Okay, let's level them up. Now these guys are leveled up. It makes it harder for me. Now I have to improve what I'm doing, and I have to bring a different approach. Okay, he knows how to do this now. So when I do this, I can't just get an easy takedown where I'm just going to sit him to his butt. He's now challenging me with the whizzer, stuff in my head, breaking my posture. Now I'm elongated. I'm on the ground. Maybe I'm on both knees. How do I readjust, post my hand, get height again, attacking the legs, taking them back the other way, or coming through the middle, through the crotch, and finishing a takedown like what we call, some people call it Iranian, or we call it an All-American finish. But there's just so many little nuances, and I feel in MMA, people are still training just to train. And I think that's the difference between understanding your timing. You know the same moves, but if I know how to react faster than you, I'm going to win that position or the situation every single time. Unless you throw caution to the wind and it's just some random wild card that I just get caught by, which if I'm aware, the chance of that should be very, very low.
Well, that's the benefit of teaching the people that you're training with everything you know. That way, you must come up with a new solution, and you're forcing it. Not everything? Not everything? What do you hold back? What do you hold back?
Not everything.
Get close. But that's also world champion mindset versus someone who's just a fighter who fights and does well and is a good fighter. But there's so many times where I watch guys fight, and I watch exchanges, and they're wading towards each other and throwing bombs at each other, and one guy wins and one guy loses. But I'm like, this is not the ultimate way to do this. You can do it. You can be a battering ram and a blunt force object, and you can get it done. Like we've seen so many fights that have just been insane first round wars, and then we've seen guys that just are slick, and they're moving around and switching stances and doing wild shit that you don't expect, and overwhelming the other guy's nervous system, and not getting hit, and doing things where you're like, oh my God, that's so sweet, that's so smooth. And those are the guys that are going to excel. And those are the guys that are going to really take it to the next level.
Yeah.
And I think when you're talking about all these guys, like the Caucasus guys, these Dagestani guys, these so many guys that are coming up right now that are so fucking high level, like you can't have any flaws in your game anymore. You can't just be a guy who wades at someone and tries to throw bombs and hopes they land. I mean, maybe that works on a regional scene. Maybe that works with training partners that are a lower level than you. But you're going to get pieced up if you fight someone who's really good. There's levels and levels and levels, and the levels are changing all the time. The levels are moving up all the time. If you just go back to The Ultimate Fighter Season 1, that's 2005. That's not that long ago in regular sports. 2005 boxers look pretty similar to 2026 boxers.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking similar at the world championship level. And MMA, man, there's no comparison. It's nuts.
Night and day.
Night and day. And these guys are getting better all the time. I see guys coming off the Contender Series. I'm like, okay, this guy looks like a world champion, like right now.
It's crazy.
That Ethan Ewing kid, that guy comes out of nowhere.
Matrix.
And he's fighting so smooth and so slick and so intelligent. And the footwork and the feints and the movement and knowing what to do at any given time. And you're like, these guys are just so good now. They're so good.
I was bummed out when he got hurt for that fight with Farrell.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Farrell did have a tough fight, though. But I was curious to see how that one was going to go because Ian, to me, is the dark horse in that division right now.
Yeah, Ethan.
Easily.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wellmaker fight was a big wake-up call to people. And then he fought that Brazilian cat and just lit him on fire.
2 undefeated guys back-to-back.
And it's the way he did it, too, man. It was so slick. And you realize, like, there are levels. And these guys coming up right now, they're already at a level that's above and beyond world championship level of 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
2
really
fights in the UFC. And, 20 years ago, you would have said he was the GOAT.
But what's fascinating is, like, from a striking standpoint, you could see that and look at a guy and go, this guy is the real deal. But then you kind of wonder, like, well, what happens later in the rounds if a guy does take him down, and how can he adjust to those takedowns in terms of a cardio standpoint, lactic acid buildup? Can he turn it around and still be as efficient, as effective?
Right.
So there's so many, like, variables when it comes to things like that. And when people are game planning and approaching fights, those are the things I like to think about. First round, everyone is dangerous. Everyone is so skilled. But it's like, okay, if I can get out of the first round, what does the fight start to look like?
Right.
How do I paint the picture? If it goes in this direction, he's able to get off a couple of these things, and I'm beating up a little bit. What are my fallback defenses to try to turn the tide a little bit and get it back to going where the ball's now back in my court?
Well, that was why I was so interested in seeing what happens in the Conor McGregor Max Holloway fight, which was crazy. That the result was ridiculous, but take that away. I was interested because I was like, if Conor can't take him out quickly, Max Holloway does not get tired. He does not get tired, and he's so accustomed to that 5-round pace. He understands when to hit the gas, when to back off. He knows when to move, and he's always moving and side. It's like, you want to talk about getting overwhelmed. Like, Max Holloway overwhelms people with pressure, pace, and feints and skill.
Yeah.
And he's not going anywhere. You guarantee he's going to be fighting in the 4th round just like he was fighting in the 1st round. He's not going to fade.
It
was one of the worst matchups for Conor if he couldn't take him out of the 1st round.
I was hoping we got to see more. I think the world was hoping to see.
You were hoping we got to see anything. We didn't see anything.
But it's crazy because he threw that same kick in the back room, but this time he runs at him and he throws it and lands, and it's like, oh, come on.
Well, he threw that kick when you're hitting a pad is very different than when you're kicking the air. You never throw that kick in the air. You throw that kick jumping in the air, the amount of torque that is on your supporting leg is bananas. You're just hoping and praying that your knee stays together. Look, if you throw a jumping side kick, that's a different thing. You're landing on the ground. You're landing in a linear way, right? When you're rotating and kicking and flying through the air at the same time, and your opponent adjusts, so you're trying to like change the arc in midair, try to catch him as he's circling off. It's the worst kick to jump and throw.
So I got to stop doing that.
With jumping roundhouse kicks? Jumping roundhouse kicks are great if you're close enough to land them.
Yeah.
You know? If you're close enough to land them. Who was that guy that landed it on Bonfim? No, not on Bonfim. On James Vick in Karate Combat. Did you see that? He throws that jumping switch kick.
Brazilian guy?
Yes.
I forget his name. Gabriel?
The turn. What is his name? Alves. Rafael Alves.
That was
Bro,
close.
It was one of the worst KOs I've ever seen in my life. You've
But
seen
why
that
is
one,
James
right?
Vick still fighting?
He likes fighting, I guess.
Oh, he's only 37. I'm 37. My bad, bro.
He's had a lot of KOs.
My bad, cuz.
Unfortunately. And this dude, he hit him with this jumping just right before that.
But he looks like a tank compared to him.
Well, it's just the speed.
height.
His speed is crazy. James Vick is tall and very skillful too. But it's just, this kick would have knocked him out at any point in his career. Any point in his career. And any human being. Like, this is too much. There's the amount of force that he lands when he lands this kick. When he throws the jumping roundhouse kick, touches him with the right leg, and then comes up top with the left, and just clean across the chin.
They're doing some good stuff at Karate Combat.
Yeah, man.
It's fun.
Robellis was fighting there right before that, Jamie.
I think he had
A little further ahead. Go to like right below, before where the Brazilian flag is.
Rebel's combined fights in Karate Combat was like, what, less than 2 minutes?
I know. There it is. There it is. So let's watch that again. Back it up again. So watch how he throws it. Boom. I mean, it is clean shin to the jaw. I mean, there's no.
Why is he pointing at him?
I don't know.
Was he
upset.
talking shit? And now he's bowing and praying?
Well, I mean, he realized after it was over how serious it was. So watch this. Touches him with the right, and then the left comes.
Oh.
I mean, it's literally perfect. That probably would have KO'd him at any point in time in his career. And when James has been in the amount of wars that he's been in.
And then your head hits the canvas is the worst
Oh,
part.
he could have died. That was one of those ones where he could have died. Because I think he was in the intensive care for quite a while after this fight.
Really?
Yeah, he was hospitalized for quite a while after this fight. And I think it was pretty serious.
That sucks.
It was a bad head kick. That was a bad one.
It's a rough sport.
It's a rough sport. And there's
you don't
times
play fighting. You don't play.
There's times where guys get KO'd and they're never the same again. You know, like Terry Edom, when Edson Barboza hit him with that wheel kick.
Yeah.
Terry Edom was a real contender before that fight. And we never really saw him after that. He never really achieved those levels again.
Did he even fight after that? Maybe once?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that fight essentially ended his career because it was so. I mean, and again, that's one of those kicks. The wheel kick has so much torque.
Bro, I remember my fight with Marlon, and I thought I was going to be one of those guys. I was so, like, I don't say paranoid, but nervous, concerned, any adjective that you could use to describe it. I was just like, man.
After the fight?
After the fight.
Of getting hit like that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even getting hit like that again. If I could even take a shot. And mind you, I had my phys ed degree. I could have went and just been a gym teacher. I would have been summers off, pension. I would have had health insurance, the whole nine. And I decided to chase a crazy dream. Thankfully, it worked out, and I'm blessed for this life and all that good stuff. But after that fight, man, to tell you, like, the concern I had, if I would be able to make another 2 paychecks. I was like, I'm going to do one more. Whatever happens, happens. If I get knocked out, I'm just done. I gave it a good shot. I rolled the dice. Thanks for coming. See you later. Thanks for the memories. But thankfully, it worked out, and I was able to keep on pushing. I remember after that fight, I didn't spar for like 3 months. And the next fight I had with
A lot of people think you should take even more time off than that.
I needed the money. And that's the shitty part about this gig.
Right.
You need the money, you need the money. I'm living in New York at the time, so Long Island's fucking expensive. And I'm subbing as a teacher, I'm coaching, wrestling. And when the training camp came up, I was fighting Brett Johns, undefeated, 3-0 in the UFC, just came off a 30-second cast slicer submission over Joe Soto. Mind you, Joe Soto submitted me probably, I think, 5 times in 5 minutes. So I'm looking at this guy like this guy is a wizard. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is my perception of him going into this fight. And I told the guys, hey, I'm going to spar these last 3-4 weeks. I'm gonna just circle and I'm gonna wrestle. I was like, you guys try to hit me, but just know I don't want to get hit in the head. But try to hit me. I still want to have like my awareness. But that whole last 3-4 weeks, everything was just grappling before that, striking, hitting pads, cardio. I was like, I'm gonna just use my footwork and whatever I could do. And thankfully it worked out.
How much time between the Marlon fight and that fight was there?
December 9th, 2017.
So it was 4 months?
Just about, yeah. Wow. Which was scary. It was scary. They offered me to fight. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this right now, but I kind of need the money, so.
Well, you needed the money, but if I could have given advice to like Volkanovski, I would have said, first of all, I would have said never take a fight with Islam Makhachev on 11 days' notice. That's just crazy.
Never.
Especially when you're not training at all. You're just kind of chilling. And you take a fight with one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, if not the best, on the planet, and you get head kicked. And then to fight Ilya just a few months after that is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And he was looking good in that first round until Ilya does what he does, traps you against that black line against the cage, and he puts those combinations on you and puts the lights out. And, yeah, I agree. He should have taken more time.
100%.
He would have been okay with taking more time.
You've got to take more time. You have to. You just have to realize that as tough as you are, your body is a machine. And if the machine's broken, it's got to be repaired. And it's going to take time to repair. It's not as simple as like you go to the shop, you get a new carburetor, you're good to go. You gotta give your body time to heal. And with the head, it's hard because you don't know.
Yeah.
You
It's the wild card.
Yeah, it's
like
the wild card.
And everyone is different.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wonder if that's something to do with like the way people grow up. If maybe they dropped on their head a couple of times when they were kids.
Sure, play football in high school, get KO'd a few times doing that. You know, you get KO'd a few times doing stupid shit with your friends.
And then you get older, now you're trying to compete, and you realize I can't take a shot as much as I thought I could have. And like you see a guy like Diego Lopez, and you're like, dude, you gotta his chin is granite, bro. It's like, what can you hit him with that can actually put him down? It's crazy.
Well, if he continues getting hit, there'll be a time, right?
For sure.
Remember Chuck Liddell? Chuck Liddell in the early days was bulletproof. He was bulletproof. He would just wade at guys, bite down his mouthpiece, eat shots to the head, and take guys out. And he didn't give a fuck. He had full confidence in his chin and would force guys into these chaotic wars.
And then
it goes away. And then one day you get hit and it just goes.
Well, left hand, broken hand from Rich Franklin that hit Chuck.
Well, yeah, he broke Rich's arm.
Yeah,
right?
and then and with
think
that
he-
broken hand, he hit him.
Is that what he knocked him out with? The broken arm?
From what I remember, that's what he hit him with, that left hand, and put him out. And I was like,
He was done at that point. His
Yeah.
chin was done. I mean, after Rampage KO'd him, that was the big one.
that was a nasty one.
That was a nasty one. Yeah.
I always wanted to be like the mini Rampage, but I was like, but I'm not knocking anybody out, so it's hard to do that.
Rampage could
with the
crack.
chain and the wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, always wanted to do that.
And Rampage did it all natural, whereas everybody else was doing juice, especially in Pride. You know, he was fighting all juice monsters. Everyone was a juice monster in Pride.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a different time back then.
He still has the craziest slam KO of all time. All time.
Arona, right?
Yep. When Arona didn't let go of the triangle,
Yeah,
and he takes him over the top of his head like a pillow
and
and slams him down. Oh, my God. That was another one. Arona was never the same again after that fight.
what about Cyborg and that knee from
Whoa,
MVP?
That was the craziest.
Freaking dented his cranium.
Crushed his skull. Literally crushed his skull. Broke his skull open.
So this is gonna sound like a joke, but I go like, what do you do? Plunge it to pull it back?
You got to reconstruct it. You ever see what they did to it?
No.
They put all these plates in his head. Yeah, he had all sorts of screws and plates and everything to piece his head back together again because his skull structure has been compromised.
What does it do to your brain? Your brain is now
Not
squished.
good. Not good. I mean, he said after the fight, I'll be back, but everybody's like, no, you won't. No, that's what it looked like. I mean, that is literally crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I saw a Muay Thai fight recently online where a guy did that to a dude with an elbow, and he caved his head in, and you see like this giant hole in his forehead where his head's dented in. And the referee's like, stop the fight. He's like, why are you stopping the fight? He's like, bro, like, you need to see what you look
Yeah.
like.
You're not seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, your head's dented. Your head's broken. Like you have a broken head.
Yeah.
It's amazing how few times that's happened. If you think about it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Look at that.
Oh, that might be worse than the other one.
It's right up there. If you back it up, you can see the elbow the dude lands right there. Boom.
That was
and then
it?
and then he looks at him. He's like, hey. And then the referee gets a look at it. And the referee gets a look at it. As soon as the referee sees it,
He almost doesn't even want to hit him again. He's like, fuck.
yeah. I mean,
bro,
it's
you should
crazy.
stop.
The referee stops. He's like, hold on a second. Let me get a look at you.
It's like, you should stop now, my friend.
Brings in the doctor. He says, what's going on here? Tomahawked him. That was what was so impressive about Zanyukov, Chanko, and his.
John Pork?
Yeah,
Why do they call him that?
I have no idea. Chanko, they call him Chanko because that's his town. That's the town we grew up in.
Okay.
But man, that dude's elbows were so slick.
He's
slick.
fun to watch.
He's slick. His elbows in the clinch and in tight, because he's a Muay Thai world champion. And, that was his original discipline, which is interesting when you see these guys who start off as strikers and then they get to Dagestan training room with Khabib and Islam and all those guys, and they learn the wrestling. But they start off with just this elite level of striking.
Yeah. And that other guy wasn't bad. He gave back some resilience, but
Oh, yeah, man. He dropped him, remember?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
but-
that was his first fight. Yeah, no, he didn't drop him. That was his first fight in the Contender Series. He got dropped. He's a dangerous guy, man. Super dangerous. Chanko's he's for real, man. And so high level with his striking. His striking is just so elite, especially those elbows in tight, man. Elbows are nasty.
I'm like Chael Sonnen. I can't let you get close. I can't let you get close. Cause you're not about to do that to me, bro. That's I ain't trying to look like that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to continue my acting career, and I got a whole lot of things I want to do, but it's gonna be a little tough if you get a couple of those.
Yeah. Well, elbows are. It's kind of funny that your gloves protect your hands
But
and
not
your knuckles,
these.
but not your elbows
Or knees.
or your knees or your shins. It's kind of nuts that we have the padded thing is the thing that's the least likely to hurt you. If you really think about it,
It's a crazy sport.
it is the craziest.
I love it and hate it sometimes.
How much longer do you think you're going to do it? You're 37 now.
Yeah, I
you
just
must
turned
be
37.
thinking. You must be thinking, how much more am I going to do this for?
Yeah, I'm just taking it one fight at a time. I would like to end my career with the UFC. Hopefully
You think it's an option that you might not?
I don't know. You never know what's gonna happen.
If somebody comes up with a big number?
No, not even that. Like, you just never know. Like, I know I sometimes piss off the brass from time to time.
Do you?
I guess I've been told this.
How?
That sometimes I don't say the right things.
What have you said?
I'm a
that's the
very
wrong
honest
thing?
person, so sometimes I just tell how I really feel about certain things. And people, these media outlets, they know what they're doing. They're asking me these questions because they know I'm going to tell them the clickbait clips that they want.
Who are you talking about specifically?
Which one?
The media outlets that fuck with you.
All of them.
They all try to get you to say.
They all of them. They ask these questions. They'll go from fighter pay, and I've been in the headlines for fighter pay many times. Many times.
It's a legitimate argument.
It is, but for some reason, when I talk about it, I am, and maybe because I'm not the crazy guy like a Sean Strickland, because Strickland has talked about it, and he's known as the crazy guy. But when he talks about it, he makes it a very logical, understanding bit where I go, how come he's not getting? Maybe he is. Maybe I just don't know because I don't ask. I'm like, for some reason, when I say it, I feel like I'm a little bit more scrutinized.
So what does the UFC get upset at you? Do they say that they're upset at you? You don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. If you feel like this is a real issue, it's going to get you in trouble. Because
we have a great
line.
relationship.
You are look when Yves Luev and Alexander Hernandez when they fight.
Yeah.
It's very soon. Volkanovski is defending his title against, finally, Yves Luev. Like, who?
Yeah.
That fucking guy has been waiting forever.
Yeah. Everybody's
forever.
booked. So I don't really know who's the clear-cut guy for me to face unless it's Lerone Murphy. I was told he was hurt.
I think he's booked. I heard Lerone's got a fight.
I heard he was hurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe he had a fight scheduled and it doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
But I thought he has a fight coming up.
Yeah, I was told he was hurt, so he's going to be out for a couple months. I don't know how long. I don't know how serious of an injury. But everybody else is booked, and
Who did he just lose to? Lerone.
Mosar,
That's right.
which was crazy. I thought that fight should have been scored a draw.
Did you?
With the point deduction, it should have been scored a draw.
What was the point deduction for?
I think it was a low blow. But they gave him 4 rounds. They gave Mosar 4 rounds.
I'd have to watch it again. I didn't think it was a bad decision when I saw it. I'd have to watch it again.
It was a competitive fight. Mosar didn't decide to wrestle him until the end of round 3. And
Right.
he just goes to show he could have taken him down anytime he wanted. I'm just like, fuck.
Well, I think Mosvar wanted to show his striking because
Yeah.
he does have striking.
But because of that, he made it more controversial to the overall fan base because he decided to use his wrestling a lot later on in the fight.
Yeah, but I think he needed to show that he's not boring in order to get a shot at the title, and now he's got a shot at the title.
But the stand-up fight between rounds 1 and 2 was still like there's nothing happening.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was
It's
pretty
a
good.
chess match.
It was a chess
But
match,
it wasn't
I think,
like,
I
oh
think
my
it
God.
was opening up Lerone to shots that I don't think he expected were coming at him because I think he probably anticipated takedown attempts, and instead, Mosvar was getting off on him.
Yeah.
He could strike.
He can.
But it's like you. It's like, why do it when you're better at grappling? If you can get a hold of him, why do it? Why roll the dice? And, when people say, like a lot of people were upset when Merab beat Sugar Sean.
Yeah.
And they were saying, like, that was boring. That was just like, listen, this is the sport we're watching. If a guy like Merab can take you down and give you noogies for 5 rounds and you can't do shit and you lose your title, that's how it goes. You can't say that's boring and he should fight differently because Sean's got to come up with a solution. He's got to figure out how to deal with that.
Styles makes fights. It's about the story.
Yep.
How'd you do against this guy? Islam Makhachev versus Ian Gary. Same thing. How does he do with this guy? Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. Same thing about the storyline.
Yeah.
Conor was protected his whole UFC run. Now he's fighting a good high-level grappler, probably arguably the best grappler from the top position, clinch position.
Ever.
And it's the storyline. Can Conor McGregor overcome this? Can he land the perfect shot? It's what gets you to buy into it. But if you're going to be pissed that the machine is going to come in and your guy can't land the perfect punch, whose fault is that? It's like, but this is why you're watching. You're tuning in. You're not tuning in to watch a slaughtering of the lambs. You want to watch a competitive fight. If you just want to watch one-sided fights, I don't know. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, I mean, it was one-sided in that he was able to take him down at will. But also the problem was Sean fought that fight with a fucked up hip and really probably shouldn't have been fighting. Like, he had a tear in his hip.
Yeah, but we all have stuff.
Of course.
I went to the fight with Sean, injured coming into the fight. He gets injured during the training camp, and then he uses that, I had a busted rib. I go, bro, we all have stuff, but you were in a better position to win this fight than I was coming into the fight. The same thing. When did he hurt his hip? I don't know. But then they fought again, and it was worse.
It was worse. Merab was like super confident coming in the second fight that he was going to be able to take him down. And then also he had that championship level confidence.
Oh, of course. You get that level up.
Get that level up.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not knocking Sean, it's not knocking the fans, but it's like, yo, this is the game that we're playing. No one's coming into this. I was talking to the guys at Way So Well. They're like, it's fascinating how many of you guys are so beaten up. I'm going down a list of my injuries and everything I got going on. Like, I got an MRI for this. I got an MRI for this. This hurting. That's been bothering me for 2 years. This has been still ongoing. And I still go fight, and you would never think it. But that's just what it is. Like, we got to do what we got to do. We're never going to be 100% going into it.
100%.
Like all sports.
Guys have fought in world championships with blown out knees and won. You know? I mean, when Alex Pereira beat Yuri Prohaska, he had a fucked up knee in the first fight.
Yeah.
And that's why when you see him get on top of him when he's finishing him, he rolls over, like rolls. Instead of stepping up and standing over, he rolled off of him because his knee was blown out.
Carlos Oberg.
Yeah, that was crazy. But that was on Yuri.
That was such a blunder.
Such a blunder. Well, that's Yuri's craziness where it's not good. You know, some of Yuri's craziness is great, like when he fought Jamal.
I felt for him so bad.
I did too.
Because I was just like... It's not like saying I wanted him to win, but I felt for him like, damn, bro, you made the biggest mistake that you could have possibly made in a situation like that.
It's literally the only thing he can hit you with.
Fucking hell. And he lands it.
It's the only thing he can hit you with. He doesn't have a right leg. His right leg is completely gone. But he could still throw that left hook. You know?
That's his best punch.
Lightning.
I always tell people the way he leads he just leaves out that lead hand and he's measuring, stiff jab, and he's stepping back and he takes that side step pivot, that L step, and then boom. It's just, he's clean with that.
That division is on fire right now. How about Navajo Sterling?
I'm about to say, what happens with those two guys?
Woo! I know,
They're
right?
in the same camp, no?
I know.
He just beat Blachowicz.
What happens? And he stopped him. That was
First
crazy.
round.
I know. Watching that was extraordinary. I was like, this kid is something. He's something, man. That right hand was, whew, the distance he covered to land that right hand, too. And Jan's got a chin made out of iron. To take Jan out like that and drop him like that, very, very, very impressive.
He's 43 now.
Yeah.
So it's also, I'm not taking anything away from him, but it's like.
I think that's how old Glover was when he beat him. I think
Really?
Glover was like 42 when he won the title.
Fuck.
He was in his 40s.
It's doable.
It's
It
doable.
ain't easy, but it's doable.
Yeah, it's not normal. I mean, Glover was the boogeyman for 6 years before he could ever get to the UFC. Everybody had talked about Glover. Like, he was scary, but he was trapped in Brazil. He couldn't, visa issues, he couldn't get a visa to come to America and fight. And during those 6 years, he might have been the best light heavyweight on the planet.
Yeah, I remember you talked, because when he got signed pretty, what is it, like late 20s, maybe 30s?
Mm-hmm. I think he was in his 30s.
Yeah, and I didn't know
Yeah.
about him until he came over and made that debut, and was against Fabio Maldonado, I think, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes it just goes like that. Even like Pereira, he came over so late, started so late, I should say, and for him to do what he has done in such a short amount of time is like unreal.
Unreal. Yeah, pretty extraordinary. How impressed were you with Cyril Gahn, though?
Very.
How many heavyweights can move like that, dude?
Zero. And that's the whole thing with the Aspinall fight that I was saying. I was like, dude, this guy played basketball. It's a different type of athleticism. Quick twitch muscles, knows how to pivot, fake, hit his jukes.
Yeah, it's like plyometrics, like
good
giant
IQ.
man plyometrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's great at just holding the range outside of the eye pokes, but great at holding the range.
Also, the dude never gets hit.
Yeah.
When was the last time we saw? I mean, think about it. Gahn is fighting in the heavyweight division. He's fighting guys like Tai Tuivasa. He's fighting, these elite guys, these big heavyweights, and you never see him get cracked. Even against Ngannou.
I'm about to say, even against Ngannou, he did a
Didn't
great
get
job.
cracked. I mean, that's kind of crazy that he's so good at avoiding getting hit. He's probably like the least hit clean heavyweight in the division.
I think that fight with John Jones made people think less of him than what he actually is.
It's just that's how good
Good
John
Jones
is.
I'm like, you
That's
can't
how
do
good
that.
John Jones is.
You
John,
can't do that. It's not the same.
Especially if John gets a hold of your neck. He's going to finish it. And the way he did it, taking him down like that in the first round and guillotining him, I mean, phenomenal. But it's just, you have to deal with that speed and that movement standing up before you could ever get that to happen. And John figured it out. But I think Cyril has tightened up his takedown defense considerably since that fight.
Yeah.
Because I think he realized, this is the big hole in his game. I know he brought in a lot of real big wrestlers. But when it comes to kickboxing, when it comes to Muay Thai, he's so hard to fuck with. And that style is different than everybody else's style.
He's nasty.
Light on his feet. He does a weird thing, too, from his side. Yeah, that front kick.
I be watching.
That twisting front kick from the front leg.
It's the way he stands. He stands almost like this bladed, but it's like not really bladed, but it is. And it allows him to have that dexterity and the flexibility where he could just look like he's throwing a front kick, but he's arcing and coming back.
It's a twisting kick.
Yeah.
There's a kick in Taekwondo called a twisting kick, and that's what it's like. It's from this position, you throw it out like that with the ball of the foot. So you're standing completely sideways, and your front leg comes up, and it twists and goes like that. And that's what he's doing to the body. He's throwing a twisting front kick to the body.
It's nasty.
See if you can find it in here. Well, that's his round kick. But it's off of his front leg. He throws it off the front leg, and he throws it completely sideways. And when you get to moving, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then, and also, you might try to overemphasize those movements, and he counters catching you coming in because he's faster than you. And that's what he did to Alex.
Yeah.
He caught him with that. He caught him with a jab. I mean, that's what he really rocked him with. It was a right jab.
Alex was big. That fight.
Huge.
His
Yeah.
freaking ass. I was like, yo, this is distracting, bro. You got a fucking badunkadunk that's fucking blocking my vision of the screen right now, Alex. Move, turn the other way.
It was the worst matchup for Alex to step into heavyweight. A guy who is bigger than him naturally, moves faster than him, and lighter on his feet, and is also an elite striker, a world championship caliber striker at a heavyweight level. Because, Alex has been 185. He's a thinner guy. And he definitely put on mass to get up to 250, but that's not necessarily where he was naturally.
Yeah.
Whereas Cyril Gane has a natural frame to be at 248.
And he's more stationary. Mm-hmm. The stationary guys never do so well against the guys who can move very well. It's just hard for you to chase him down, track him down to learn the perfect punch. Had a hard time landing his calf kicks, which slows fights down for him and allows him to land that big Chama left hook. Mm-hmm. I don't know, even if they were to have a rematch, I don't know what he would have to work on to make that adjustment. That's just a hard fight for him. Stylistically.
It's always going to be a hard fight for him because Cyril Gane's so agile. He's so hard to hit.
Yeah.
He's never in front of you. Unless you caught him, maybe he threw those high kicks right in the beginning.
Yeah.
You could have caught him with something like that and rocked him, and that would have been a different story. But he didn't. And Cyril's he's great at blocking shit too. And if you get to him, his reflexes are excellent.
Yeah.
And it's just that movement and speed is extraordinary. It would have been very interesting to see what happens if the Aspinall fight didn't end the way it ended.
That was a heartbreaker.
It was a heartbreaker.
I got a lot of flack for that because people were saying I should have taken his side because I got fouled too. And I'm like, I'm not taking his side. What I'm saying is the only person that knows how bad he truly was hurt is going to be Aspinall.
Yes.
So if he's saying it, I take it at face value. It is what it is. I can't go and say I'm in your eyeballs. I've seen guys get poked all the time and they continue. Yeah, we see it all the time. But not all eye pokes are created equal.
No.
And he got all them Three Stooges fingers up in there. And it was
to the
zoink.
knuckle.
Yeah, it was bad.
Terrible.
So I'm like, I can only take what he's saying. I was like, but again, it's really up to him. Can he have said, if he was winning the fight, my pushback was devil's advocate. If he was winning the fight and having his way, would he have said, you know what, I'm going to suck it up and try to fight through this even though I still can't see? You never know. If he was having,
I don't think he should,
and
especially
I agree.
for a foul. I think he made 100% the right call because look, he didn't lose that fight. It was a foul, although controversial. He doesn't get knocked out. He doesn't get head kicked. He doesn't get flying kneed in the face. If you can't see out of one of your eyes,
It's hard.
There's all sorts of shit that's coming from this direction that you're just not going to see coming. And in wild exchanges where your peripheral would catch it and you would duck under, you're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
And you're going to get rocked. And it's also, you're thinking now, oh my God, I can't see out of one of my eyes. Fuck that.
Yeah.
He did the right thing. He did the right thing. And I think, he should have got more support. He should have got more support from everybody for that.
From everybody.
From everybody. Yeah. I mean, I tried to give him as much support as I could. I think he got fouled and they did the right thing. And I think you got to take 1 point away every fucking time someone touches an eye. 1 point every time, and they won't do it anymore.
It looks like he's doing better now. Well, I'm hoping he gets to compete again this
He's
year.
had 2 fucking eye surgeries, man. So remember when you got knocked out by Marlon Moraes, how in the back of your head, you're like, oh shit, I can't get hit. How about him? 2 eyeball surgeries. And now every time a finger comes towards his eye, he's thinking about his eyes losing his eye. Look at Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an eye. He has one eye that's missing, right? So you got to think that. I'm going to look at my kids through one blurry eye for the rest of my life?
That's fucked.
That's fucked. It's so being the position that he's in right now is kind of terrible.
I want to talk about the Islam fights for this weekend for 3:30. Can we take a piss break?
Yeah, take a piss break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Jamie, pull up that card, the one this weekend, so we take a look at it. Yeah. What do you think about the Ian Gary Islam fight? If you had to predict,
If I had to predict,
if you're like on the UFC desk and they put you on the spot.
Okay. Islam Makhachev did a really good job neutralizing JDM's boxing. Didn't really give him an opportunity to do anything. He chopped his legs away with the calf kicks, controlled him in the clinch. The takedowns were relatively easy. He didn't even really have to set it up with like hands. He kind of just shot and just took him down at will. Ian Gary now, on the other hand, he's done a good job of showing takedown resilience. We saw that with Bilal Muhammad. Is Bilal Muhammad Makhachev? No, he's not.
No.
But it definitely showed something. He did a good job with Shavkat as well, who's a bigger guy. Was able to defend a bunch of times. I forgot if it was Shavkat who had his back, but he was able to defend.
Shavkat's the guy who beat him. So
Yeah.
Shavkat is the one loss that he has, and it was the grappling that
Yes.
Shavkat got him with. But he also blew out Shavkat's knee.
Yeah.
Like that's why Shavkat has had all these surgeries.
That oblique kick.
That kick is so nasty. That's the one thing that I wonder. Like, should we not have that?
You don't like
Should you-
any? I remember you don't really like that one.
You can't. I mean, you can defend it by not getting hit by it. But the problem is, if you get hit by it, like Khalil Roundtree and Modestas Bukakas, when he turned his knee sideways,
He stomped that thing.
stomped it, and that's a career changer. Like it could be a career ender. Bukauskas came back, but
But this is 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
For Shavkat that he's been out.
yep, he's had multiple surgeries. He had it done, and then it blew out again. Had to get it done again.
Yeah, I just don't know the range, the reach advantage. I think Ian does a great job of using his lateral footwork. Mm-hmm. Makhachev is not
fast.
the fastest guy.
No,
But what he is he's imposing. He knows how to cut you off. That southpaw stance, I think, causes some problems for a lot of people. He's only lost one time to the Adriano Martinez with the head kick knockout.
a punch.
Was it a punch?
Yeah, he got punched.
Oh, I thought it was a head kick. But either way, I think Ian's gonna have to look to something like that, see if there's maybe some of those old tendencies that punch was able to land. But that was also such a younger version of Islam. I just don't see him making those mistakes again.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
How does Ian win? He's going to have to point fight and sit on the outside and hope not to get tired going backwards the whole time.
Right.
And he got tired doing that against Carlos Prates. So this is a tough one for Gary. Can he get the upset? Of course, his fighting. We just saw this with Gaethje and Topuria. But I would say Islam has the one shortcut way to win. Push him against the cage, take him down. And even if he presses him against the cage, I'm curious to see if Gary can do damage in the clinch. Whenever I'm in the clinch with somebody, I always tell the guys, look for your knuckles and hit the eyeball. Hit the nose. Hit the soft spots that's going to make this guy uncomfortable in the clinch, not looking for his foot sweeps, where he's comfortable just resting on you, looking to set up his takedown, his next transition. And I learned this from Brian Caraway, my first pro loss in the UFC. After being 5-0, we clinch. I take him down, But in the clinch, while I'm going for the single leg, I have his leg up in the air. He's leaning over my back, and he's taking his knuckles, and he's just hitting me in the eye. Swallowed my whole eye. I was like, what the fuck is he hitting me with? And I go back and I watch the tape, and I get to see, and I learned that. So I always share these little tricks and stuff with guys when I'm teaching them. So if Gary could land some good damage in those positions, kind of deter Islam a little bit or make him a little bit more sloppy on his finishes, it could cause some chaotic scrambles where he could potentially get to a good position, and maybe we see Islam on his back again, kind of like what happened with Volk. And when he was there with Volk, it did not look good.
Right.
And of course, it's round 5, so it got to be fair.
It was also a fight where the time was all fucked up, and he didn't have as much time to rehydrate.
Oh yeah, they did say something like that too.
It was not. He was compromised in that fight because of that, because he didn't have as much time to rehydrate because they're fighting in Australia, and they were trying to fight on U.S. time.
This one is the one that I'm really excited about too, because Jillian is so fucking good on the ground. Mm-hmm. Top position, even off of her back. Mackenzie Dern is great off of her back. The top position too. She's more decorated in terms of like the jiu-jitsu space. On the feet, she's more reckless. Like, she's throwing caution to the wind because she doesn't care. She's not afraid to get her pretty face messed up. She's going to go in there and go after you. She's just attacking.
Yeah.
Jillian, on the other hand, not as physical on the feet. Not a big puncher, not a big kicker. She sets everything up looking for the takedown or the clinch to take you down, get to the back. But when she gets there and she gets you down, her ground and pound, it's nasty.
The question is she going to be able to do it to a world champion like Mackenzie Dern?
To a good position.
Yeah.
Like some of those other girls, she gets the back mount or full mount, and she's able to land these solid elbows, beat them up in that position.
Mackenzie's a jiu-jitsu world champion.
Exactly.
It's a different world.
That's the
It's
hard
gonna be
part.
interesting. It's going to be interesting. Go to the rest of the card. Go back to it. Because I'm interested to see how Abdul Malik recovers from his last fight against
that guy was so big.
Bulgari. Bulgari's a monster, dude. That's a guy in the 185-pound division that's a real fucking problem.
Yeah.
He's a world-class striker. I mean, he has a victory over Pereira in Glory.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, one victory. And then he got starched in the rematch.
But the thing with Malik is he was trying to go for the takedowns, but the setups were like, in my opinion, from a wrestler standpoint. So I may be a little bit unfair with this criticism, but I just didn't think they were that good. And
he was also dealing with striking that was like way above and beyond him.
yeah,
And that was part of the problem, is that in the transitions, like trying to get close to him, you're dealing with a guy who's gigantic. He's one of the tallest guys in the division. He's so fucking big for 185, so long and so tall, and on top of it, world-class striker. And he's coming into his own as an MMA guy. And part of the reason is because he's down there in Connecticut with Glover and with Alex, and he's doing camps with those guys. So like his grappling's now on point, much more confident on the feet, much more stable. But before that, I thought Mansour was a real potential world champion.
yes. But it's just so crazy. You can see somebody in one fight and then see him in the next one. You're just like, all right.
It was a bad loss too. It was a bad
It
one.
wasn't good.
It was a lot of like. See if you can find that fight.
Leg kicks, the
He
jabs.
got beat up. So it was the amount of damage that he took, because he's so tough. The amount of damage he took before they stopped the fight was pretty extraordinary. There was a lot of damage.
I was hoping he could get the fight down at least once,
Right.
but he couldn't. It was a tough.
There's a lot of guys at 185 that are a fucking problem, man. A lot of guys at 85 that are a real problem.
But we need that in those
Yeah.
divisions, because those divisions have been so thin for so long. Like there's a couple of guys, right? But now you're starting to see more. Like even like the lower weight classes, a guy who's unranked like an Ethan Ewan,
Right.
And you're like, I'm excited about this division because I want to see how far he could go. You got a guy like Mansour, and I can't say the other guy's name. Abdul? No, that's Mansour.
Bulgari?
Bulgari. Mm-hmm. You got these two guys
Well, you
coming
got
up.
Ataba Gautier. How about that motherfucker?
Yeah.
He puts guys into orbit.
He fought our guy Ozzy Diaz, the last one.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
It's a tough one. Yeah, this is the fight. I mean, Mansour is so tough that he was able to keep this fight going where a lot of guys would have got taken out early.
But look at
he's,
that.
Yeah, the elbows and the clinch, everything. He's just getting destroyed.
You see how he's even trapping the wrist and then stepping in with the punches or stepping in with the elbows?
Clean right hand, elbow. It's just Mansour is so tough.
Man.
He's so tough. He's just absorbing so much punishment. and finally they stop it. But before
He
the
waved it
stoppage,
off for him. The ref said, "Get out of here."
before the stoppage, I think that was the end of a round. I don't even know if
That was the end of the round, yeah.
that wasn't the actual stoppage. So if you keep going in the fight, it gets even worse. I mean, the thing about stand-up is when you're dealing with a guy who's a world championship kickboxer and you can't take him down, and he's got really good takedown defense and he's got a reach advantage. It's like everything possible that's terrible about what could happen is going on.
Oh, that split right hand. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I'm surprised he didn't just face plant after that.
Well, he's so tough, man. But the
that's the
problem in being
durability.
the durability, but the toughness is, your problem is you get so many holes punched in your card in one fight. Mm-hmm. In one fight. Whereas if you got hit with one shot, one big shot is bad, you get taken out, but it's not as bad as a prolonged beating over 3 rounds.
I always say, I call them dings.
There it is,
There's
right
only
there.
so many dings you can have in your career before
Yeah, this
it's
is
just like,
this is the final his body just couldn't. As tough as he is, and he's so tough. But the problem is, that's a kind of fight where in boxing, you wouldn't have, if you were a manager and he was your guy, you would not have had him fight him at this stage of his
No,
career.
not
You'd
at
be
all.
like, this is not a fight for you right now. We've got to really get our striking better. We've got to. There's growth to be had before you fight that guy.
but you got to know that. And I think sometimes fighters, we could be so egotistical
Right.
that I could beat anybody. But sometimes it's nice to be like, you know what? I could beat him, but just not right now. Let me beat somebody else. We'll get there when we get there. But it
But
takes
the UFC does not give you that opportunity. The UFC is like, here's the wolves.
You can say no, though.
You
You're just
can,
gonna be shelved.
but you might get shelved for a long fucking time if
Yeah.
you say no. And a lot of guys know that. And they also know some guys have taken advantage of those opportunities, those short notice opportunities. John Jones.
Yeah.
John Jones got, I mean, what was the fight with Shogun? It was very short notice.
After he just beaten, oh, man.
Who did he beat? He beat everybody, but who did he beat?
Rashad Evans had just gotten hurt, and then he stepped in and took that one
Right.
for the title.
Exactly. And that's when him and Rashad were training partners.
Yeah.
And that's shows the wildness of John. He's fighting Shogun, who's a legend, who's the light heavyweight champion, opens with a flying knee.
Yeah.
At 22. Yeah. And beats him down and wins the title.
He has to be studied.
Listen, man, he should be coaching for sure. Definitely should be. I mean, he is now with Gable.
Yeah.
Gable Stevenson is he's a real fucking problem.
But the other thing is this. Mm-hmm. You can show all the technique in the world, and I always say it comes back down to what do you do when you're in there under those bright lights, and that's the most important thing. And if you can't dial it in, it's a scary place to be, because I can't make you confident. You can be as confident as you want when you're talking to me, but only you truly know what's really going on between those ears, you know? So that's where it gets tricky.
It does. It gets very tricky. It gets very tricky, and it's complicated. And I mean, there's only so much a mental coach can teach you on how to handle those situations. They can give you some tools, but I think it's something that's born out of your life.
You like mental coaches?
Excuse me?
You like mental coaches?
I think there's nothing wrong with tightening up every single aspect of your game. However, I don't think they could fix a leaky boat.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think
You said it like you don't like mental coaches.
I think it's a chink in the armor. If I know you have a mental coach, I'm coming for that ass.
Okay, but what if you found out that Alexandre Pantoja had a mental coach? As savage as that dude is.
Good for him.
I might be like, okay.
But he's not fighting me.
Right, but you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you found out Piotr Jan had a mental coach.
That's cool.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if a guy is elite already and already a dog, and you give him just some different things to concentrate on, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. What I think is, if you need it, it shows me that there's an issue. And sometimes that issue can never be fixed. There's some guys that when the going gets tough, they find a way out.
That's where I'm getting at. I
Yeah.
agree with you. If you need it, There's nothing wrong with it. But I also know that there's a place in there that if I could get the right key to unlock that door, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
You're already joking people. Yeah, I think you're right. And I don't know. I mean, Sean Brady had a mental coach. And, there's moments where Sean Brady is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Joaquin Buckley fight. Like, holy shit, dude.
That Leon Edwards.
Oh, my God. Extraordinary. But then Morales. But the problem is Morales is a fucking light heavyweight.
He's huge.
Gigantic. You want to talk about the one guy that is like the poster boy for cutting weight. It's Morales. He's so big for 170. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
You see him in the octagon, you're like, that's a light heavyweight. Or at the very least, a very big middleweight.
Yeah, for sure. He's a big dude.
And he's welterweight.
And seeing him and Brady in there, I was like, this is not the same weight class.
It seemed like it wasn't.
He got a big back, but I'm looking at him like,
look what Brady did to a former world champion in Leon Edwards, who's a good grappler. I mean, Leon took down Kamaru Usman. Leon can grapple. He's a good grappler, but there's levels. And Sean Brady's on another level when it comes to that. And what he did to Buckley was just bananas. It looked like he was in a training room, right? When he was on top of him, it looked like he was like working a heavy bag drill. It was crazy.
yeah.
I got no fear whatsoever of getting shook off. It's like, there is not a chance in hell you're getting me off of you, so I'm just going to work my cardio and beat your ass.
Which is fascinating because he's so strong and explosive. You would think he'd be able to get up.
223.
Bro.
He's weighing in as the backup for this fight, so he's cutting weight.
Bro, that's ridiculous,
223
bro.
is heavyweight. He's a heavyweight.
Yeah, he's down to 193 now.
Yeah, but that's probably after training.
Yeah, that's not, that's not the
that's
morning
not
wake
real.
up.
He's really over 200, I guarantee you.
No, I seen him in person. He's a big motherfucker. I'm
He's
like, how are
enormous.
you making 170?
And his power is fucking extraordinary. He has to cut 20 or more pounds this week. Yeah, but listen, he can do it. He's young. He's done it before. He started out, he was a wrestler. That's his original discipline.
Really?
Yeah, he knows how to cut weight.
I didn't know that.
Wrestling and judo, I believe. See, go find his Wikipedia. He can grapple, man. That's the thing. You don't see it from him, which is crazy.
I see his videos.
Yeah.
Not the one where he's dressed up as a girl.
I think that's a tradition down there.
Yeah, I know.
They
But it's-
get silly. I know.
This
It's a
guy's
little
blowing kisses.
It's a little sus.
Like, what?
I think they do. It's a traditional thing they do down there. I don't understand it, but I don't have to.
I never seen Cheetos
He's
do
been
it.
doing judo since he was 5 years old.
Yeah. See, there you go.
His
I want to see
mother was
him
a
in Islam.
His mother was what?
third Dan judo black belt.
Yeah.
Retired when she was 42.
Wow.
He switched to wrestling when he was 10.
Yeah.
Well, watch out for little mama.
So he's got a background in grappling.
Yeah.
That's where he started out. But the thing is, the dude's got lightning in his hands.
I want to see him in Islam.
I want to see him and Carlos Prates. That's
Yeah?
what I want to see. Fuck yes.
I want to see it.
Prates is the truth.
I just don't
that
want.
dude scares the fuck out of me.
I don't want nobody to knock each other off yet.
I understand what you're saying.
That's
right.
that's what gets hard. It's like
Right,
you
because
kill the
that's
storyline.
100% a great world championship fight.
You know.
And we'll see what happens. Listen, if Islam may retire.
I can feel him. I can feel
He
it.
may retire. He's done a lot. He's competed in 2 different weight classes and won world championships in 2 different weight classes. If he beats Ian, if he submits Ian and says, I've had enough, I'm going to do what Khabib did and I'm going to coach now, I could see that. And then I could see Morales
Protest.
and Prates for the fucking undisputed title.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Prates scares the fuck out of me, dude.
Because
To me, he's the scariest because he does weird shit in there where like he sets you up with stuff. Like he does that setup where he fakes a punch and dives in with that left knee to the body.
yeah,
Ooh.
nasty.
And his punching power is fucking crazy, man.
All while his hands are down here.
Hands down there and having fun, relaxing. Like when JDM took him down, he's like, why are we wrestling, my friend? People don't want to see wrestling. Come on, let me up.
But JDM's the boxer, so I thought it was gonna be more competitive.
JDM's pretty complete. JDM supposedly in the Islam fight had a really bad back. It was pretty fucked up and really struggled with wrestling, getting ready for that fight. That's the word. And even if he didn't, there's levels, and Islam's level is the highest level. He's the highest level when it comes to grappling. There's no one higher in that division than Islam. His squeeze is extraordinary.
That's why I want to train with those guys.
Yeah.
Just give me a week, 1-2 weeks, and forget.
Send them to Dagestan. 2-3 years, forget.
I'll be good with that.
Would you want to go down there and train with those guys?
I would go down for a bit.
Why don't you go down?
I got this. I got the cigars.
Well, listen.
I got my training partners.
I understand, but time is of the essence. There's not much time left. If you want to find out, it has to be now.
I know.
You can't go down there when you're 40.
Or maybe I'm like Mighty Mouse. When I'm retired, I go train everywhere.
Or George. George St. Pierre does
yeah.
that. He's down here all the time, training with Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, that'd be fun, But
George is like a real martial artist. You know what I mean? Like, never got out of shape.
he's the man.
He's the man. And he's so cool. He plays chess at a really high level.
I play chess.
You play chess too?
I play chess.
Are you
I'm
good?
about a 1400. I'm about a 1350 to 1420 elo.
Is that good?
It's supposed to be good, decent for like. I'm not like a grandmaster, which is like 2500 or some shit, or 3000.
How often do you play?
Every day.
Really?
Every day. But I play 5-minute games because it's similar to like a fight. Like, you got to know and make your strategies, make your attacks. Some guys, they play 10-minute games. I'm like, bro, I'm too busy to play 10-minute games.
Where did you learn?
I started playing after COVID, during COVID, when Queen's Gambit came out.
Ah.
And I used to think chess was like, oh, that's a gay thing. It's like so stupid. Play checkers like a man. And I'm like,
What?
oh.
Play checkers like a man is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and then I realized really quick, I was like, oh, this is some high level shit. This is not for stupid people. This is for intellects. Like,
Yeah.
you have to understand what you're actually doing, strategizing, setting people up, kind of like a fight.
It's a fascinating game. George was playing James McCann. James McCann's a hilarious comedian from Australia. And George and James is very smart and really good chess player. And George and him were going to war in the green room of the mothership. And we were all like,
board?
oh, shit. Yeah, they had a board. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Guys play at the mothership all the time. Brian Simpson and Tony Hinchcliffe play all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, they get serious about chess.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, man, I don't play, but I'm scared. I'm scared to play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's addicting.
that's the problem.
It's because then you want to know the openings, you want to know the strategies, you want to know, okay, if I do this sacrifice, and there's so many little
Now,
things.
did you learn by reading books? Did you learn by watching videos? How'd you learn?
I downloaded the app during COVID, and that was it. I was hooked.
And so, how did you learn how to move?
The game. So the game, you could start like beginner level. It tells you what pieces like does what. Like the pawn can only go forward, it can only capture sideways. The knight can only do like this L-shaped thing, forward, backwards.
So you just learned from the app.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I started watching videos, and then I was watching hour-long videos and tutorials. I was like, all right, the hooks are in.
Bro, we had Magnus Carlsen on the podcast, and Tony sat in with it because, Tony plays. And it was like watching a guy and watching his mind move and just talking to him about how he does it and how he strategizes. And, he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So having him, like, explain the game to you, you just go, whoa. There's so many moves. It's so complex. There's so much going on. There's so many
Theories.
steps in advance you're playing.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. But
And it's something you can play forever, too.
Yeah.
Regardless of your physical ability. You don't have to ever worry about getting out of shape to play chess.
Yeah. I have some of my friends that did some time, and that's where they learned. That's where they learned how to play. And we'd play from time to time. But then I come to find out, like, they were really good at the time because I wasn't really good. I thought I was good, but I really wasn't. And then really quickly I realized, oh, these guys they're like,
not that good.
They're like low
Yeah.
level. So it's very intellectual game. That's why I really, really enjoy it.
When I was playing pool in New York, there was this kid who was a young player who, like, when he was really young, he was playing in tournaments all over the place. He was, like, really good. And there was a dude who got out of prison and learned how to play in his head in prison because they didn't have a board. And so this kid and this old dude were sitting there playing chess in their head, and they would call out the moves. And they had the whole board mapped. I was fascinated. I was like, this is
That's hard.
crazy.
That's really hard to do.
Yeah, and you also have to agree where the pieces are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not that good.
You got to rely on, and this one guy had played so many times in prison in his head that he could keep track of the entire board, and this kid was a wizard at it. And watching these two guys call out moves and just sitting there staring at each other, like trying to figure out who's winning. I'm like, you guys are playing an invisible board. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's next level.
That was my first introduction to chess. I was like, this is nuts, man.
You want to try the silver?
Sure, I'll try it. I still have some of this left, though.
It's water now.
Here. I know it is.
Agua. It's still chilled too, so. I like this one chilled. You do ever do like a green tea shot?
Pour a little bit of that. What's a green tea shot?
It's like with bourbon or whiskey. It's like
With
a little
green
simple.
tea?
Yeah, they call it green tea. You see a lot of the girls, they drink it at the bars and stuff. So we did this with like we call it silver tea. It's a silver rum.
What is rum made with?
Sugarcane, or molasses. I think the other one's agricole. But
No matter where people are in the world, they find a way to get fucked up.
yeah, from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Cheers. Is that what's from?
No. But that's what the pirates would drink.
Ooh. Why were pirates? Why were they so into rum?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
That's like rum is like associate. They probably learned from the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it originated, right?
Yeah, you get it from sugarcane plants and the whole distillation process. This is like pot still and column still for both of these. It's just a Jamaican blend. Like some of them are mostly.
Pirates did drink rum, but the stereotype is exaggerated, says Perplexity. During much of the 1600s, Caribbean pirates often drank wine and brandy more commonly. Rum became far more available and popular in the early 1700s as Caribbean sugar production expanded. Oh, that makes sense.
Mm.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
You know what I never understood is like we know the big players in the rum market like Bacardi, Captain Morgan's, Malibu. But when we go on vacation, we go to the Caribbeans, we drink all the different rums from the islands. And I always tell people like you had such a great time drinking rum, like why don't we bring that here to our culture and make it more of a inclusive thing versus just only when I go on vacation. That's the only time it's really associated. And I go, I want to change that narrative and let people. Rum is for year round. You could have sipping rum. You could have it for Vegas pool parties. You can have it with a cigar. Like there's so many different ways you can enjoy it. It's not just for vacation time. It's for me. I want this to be something that makes you feel like you're back on the island. And we want to make sure this was 100% Jamaican rum. Didn't want to piss off my people in Jamaica because that's the one thing when we were doing this. So I went through the whole process, like the branding, the labeling, my money invested in it. So it's like actually my company. But with that said, one of the things I spoke to some of the guys at the distilleries, the one we went to mainly was Worthy Park. And they were saying the main thing you don't want to do is call something Jamaican rum if it's not 100% Jamaican. And I was like, I had a feeling, but I want to make sure so we didn't toe that line and piss anybody off. So this has been a fun project, and we've been having a good time just getting some bigger distributors and stuff. We should get one in California soon. My guy Kevin Felkler from King Seafood, he has a bunch of restaurants down in Cali and Vegas. He brought us in, but he's a Long Island guy. He heard me talking about it on the Ariel show and reached out, and I thought it was like a prank email. I was like, let me just see where it goes, and it turns into something. I was like, oh, this is actually a legit guy. Actually had a legit business and everything, and it's been cool. So this has been fun. It's my passion project.
What's a smart thing to do to prepare for your retirement, too, to have a real legitimate business going, like as you're still fighting?
Yeah, it's not just my name on a label, like trying to do a quick money grab or anything like that. So
that's awesome. So where are you right now in terms of like your next fight? Are you in a holding pattern?
Yeah, everyone's got to fight. Larone's the only guy who would make the most sense, in my opinion. But like I said, I heard he was hurt. I think Diego Lopez is supposed to have somebody
he's fighting lightweight now.
That's what I heard.
I heard Diego's moving up, which makes sense because he's big.
He's a big dude.
He's big. And after he beat Steve Garcia, which was a crazy fight.
I got my thoughts on that.
What's that?
I got my thoughts on that.
What are your thoughts on that? Think about it while you're lighting that cigar. Pause.
So, coming for that ass. I'm coming on that ass. No, I'm coming for that. I
remember that.
I still get those messages till this day, bro. It's the funniest thing. I was like, yeah.
You just got done with a fight. What are you going to do?
My adrenaline was through the roof. I'm on cloud 9. I just submitted the boogeyman of the division. Even back then, my managers, I heard talk that they thought he was going to be the first champ for their management company. And I took that as Michael Jordan would say, I took that shit personal. You know, so it was like, and I'm so glad I proved the point. And I was just on a whole nother level. But yeah, Larona's out. Garcia just lost. Arnold Allen just had a great fight with Costa. He lost to Gene Silva before that. Mosar and Volk, we know that. I fought Mosar already.
And Gene Silva's got a fight too now, right?
He's supposed to be fighting Yair.
That's
At least those are the rumors I saw circulating on the
Yeah,
internet.
that's right. That's an interesting fight.
That'd be a fun one.
Yair is always a wild card.
Yeah.
That dude can kick.
Bro, I was going to say, his kicks, if there's a guy I don't want to fight, is that motherfucker. Because I know what the kicks do, and I'm like, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, his kicks are
Freaking
crazy.
baseball bats getting swung at your head.
And he's got so much dexterity. Like, he can whip those kicks around from anywhere. He's so light on his feet, man. Those kicks are extraordinary. Yair is he's one of the best kickers in the sport by
100%.
far. 100%.
People think I have like a kicking background. I'm like, no, I just watched a lot of VHS tapes when I was a kid and played White Tiger, White Lion, and all that stuff with my brothers growing up.
Is that how you learned how to kick?
Basically, we just see what we did on the TV and just start imitating it, and then we would have these battles. Right, I'm a family of 20, so I got a huge family.
Wow, that's crazy. That's huge.
Yeah, all the boys, we went to war with each other.
And you just learned from watching movies?
We learned from watching movies. We didn't do anything traditional, like no martial arts traditional background.
So when did you first get someone teach you technically how to kick?
I forget the guy's name, but when I was at Team Bomb Squad in New York when I was in college, and I was just starting off as an amateur and early pro, we had this Muay Thai guy come up, Stone something I want to say, but that's the first. He was working with John Jones. He was the first guy like showing John the elbows, the knees, and stuff, and that's where I first started learning how to do like traditional Muay Thai kicks. Then I worked with this other guy named Primo Belarose. He was really good for me to work with. Irish guy, had a ton of Muay Thai fights. And then when I came to Long Island, I didn't really have I still don't even have like a set Muay Thai instructor or anything like that. I just kind of know what I know from back then. And I kind of just blended in where it makes sense.
I know you train in Vegas sometimes too. I've seen you at Syndicate.
I live there now.
You live there now? 100%?
Yeah.
Wow. What made you decide to do that?
Yeah, my home's always going to be in New York, but I live in Vegas now. It's the fight capital of the world. Business for me over there, it's doing really, really well. And
is it because you get more training partners, more coaching?
Partners, more coaching. And you know
Are
what?
you still at Syndicate?
No, Marab was at Syndicate.
Right.
I would go to Syndicate
That's
to help
where I saw you training.
Yeah, I would go down there to help him out for his fights. I started at XC. That's where I trained with first with Nick Sick. The training times were a little bit odd for me. It was like 3:30 pro classes and stuff like that. But I think the sport's still kind of backwards. People doing all these classes, I think in the beginning is good, but I think eventually you have to get to that one-on-one Ilya Taporia, an O'Malley, a Henry Cejudo, a Mighty Mouse. The way these guys are doing it. Even
tailored, structured training camps
like
for you.
Like a boxing camp.
Right.
Right? And even when I was back home in New York, that's basically how we essentially ran it. You know, I was running all the stuff that we were doing, and, Ray and those guys would come down and for sparring, and I'd go to Sarah's for BJJ, working a lot with Jason Rao, who's got his own school now, too. I don't know if you know him, but he's like the boogeyman everyone talks about in the training room. But for some reason in competition, he's just never really showed what he can truly do. But he's so talented, could walk you through everything and explain everything at a high level. But yeah, that's kind of how I ran everything. But it's centered focus, and I felt like that's the best. Our gym was on a run where everyone was killing the game.
So is it also because Marab's in Vegas that you wanted to go to Vegas?
I moved before him.
Really?
And then he moved in, and he found a house right next to me.
Oh, that's perfect. That's amazing.
So we're literally like across the street from each other.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
That's actually great. And where are you training? What gym are you training at there?
The Q.
I don't know that place.
It's a brand new. Before it was kind of like nomad's land. We were training most of the classes at the PI, but you can't charge anybody, right? You're using someone else's facility, so you can't be running a class and on top of that charging people and
Right.
so that whole thing. So my coach Mateus, he was eventually able to find a place, and now just about all the undergrads are now graduates. Most of them are just about all signed to the UFC now. So we have Dione Barbosa, we have John Paul Lambosine. I can never say his name. John Paul, I just call him JP. John Powell, I think he's supposed to be getting signed. Shane Collins just got signed. He had that debut against Otari, the Georgian, which was also a friend of mine who was kind of sucked watching that fight because I was like, I don't want to see nobody get hurt. I don't want to see nobody lose. Ozzy Diaz. And I think Marab is now going to be shifting over to doing most of his camp. He's still going to be working with Syndicate, but he's going to be doing most of his camp with us. And there's a few other guys. I'm sorry if I'm missing some other people. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. I'm just a man.
No worries. And so you have Mateus, not Mateus from London.
No.
What's Mateus's last name?
Nakashi. He's from Novo União. He grew up with Aldo and those guys, Renan Barral, Johnny Eduardo. He's like, bro, you fight all my Brazilian friends. You beat all my coaches. Because I beat Johnny Eduardo. I fought Renan Barral. I beat him. And he's like, bro, I remember I was there and you beat my coach. It's like, fuck it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it's a good gym. You know what it is? It's a lot of the drills that we do, even in the classes, is practical. We're not doing 8, 10 punch combinations. We're doing real life practical stuff, scenarios that happens in the fight. So I don't mind doing the classes with this, but I also like to do my one-on-ones afterwards, especially when it's fight specific that we need to work on.
Right.
And I think they do a good job with
Now,
that.
you were saying you had thoughts on the Steve Garcia Lopez fight. Again, another pause.
Light went up for my boys.
Yeah.
145. Yeah, Steve Ford. I always said Steve is the dark horse of the division.
He looks so good in the early going.
Bro, if you watch some of his other fights, the few fights he lost where he was knocked out was him just being more reckless than he probably should have been. Big frame for the weight class. His reach is fucking stupid.
Crazy long.
Crazy kicks. When he gets you on the ground, his ground and pound is ferocious, like almost reckless to a point, right? And then he's fighting a super smart fight with Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez now comes out for round 2. He flips the switch and says, fuck this technical shit, and just pulls him into a barn fight. And, man, he clipped him. And he's been knocked out before, right? So if there's any way a guy who has a granite chin who could rely on it is a guy like Diego Lopez. And I even said, I saw Diego Lopez at the PI, and I told him, I was like, congrats on the fight. So we had a little beef, but it was more so about who should have gotten the title shot. I thought he was gifted a title shot. Okay, cool.
The second one, you mean? Or the first one?
The first one. I thought it should have been Mosar.
The second one was ridiculous.
The second one was ridiculous
Didn't
too.
make any sense.
But congrats to him.
Do you think they gave him the second one as a gift because he fought short notice?
Possibly.
Yeah. It kind of seems like it.
This one don't like me. But my whole thing is that's why we kind of bumped heads. We did train together one time. We were friendly, cordial, and the whole nine, and that kind of set a little riff in the relationship a little bit. We both fought at UFC 300. We took a picture in the back. But that's what I said. It's like I always speak my mind on things, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. And it turned into a whole thing with his manager and myself and Twitter beef and all this whole thing. And I thought the fight should have went to Mosar, just being fair, based on merit. Should have gotten it. Tied up the division, jammed up fights that probably should have been different directions, right? But I told him, congratulations, you fought a smart fight, you pulled him into your style of fight, and that's how he got the job done. If he fought him on a technical standpoint like that, I think Diego would have probably ran away with it. Not Diego, Garcia.
Well, he just unfortunately went in when Lopez started chasing after him. He engaged in that kind of fight. Yeah.
And that's what he does. I'm like, if I'm fighting Diego, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could take a punch, but that guy's got mitts. That's one, and he knows he could rely on his chin, and he's probably looking at me like, I don't think this guy can knock me out, so I'm going to risk it, right?
He got a square jaw, dude.
You have to understand what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying before about some of these guys, you have to understand thyself.
When you look at Diego, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Diego looks like he's designed to take a shot.
Yeah.
Like one of the Mark Hunt type chins. You know, designed to take a shot.
So that's where I go. Like, if I were to fight him, I know how I would approach the fight. Obviously, the path of least resistance for me is always going to be the ground, but he's good on the ground too.
Very good. He almost got Evloev. Remember
the knee bar, the triangle, arm bar.
Yeah, you could make an argument that he could have won that fight because he was closer to finishing multiple times, and those should count. Those submission attempts, close submission attempts, should count in a big way. And just because a guy got out of it doesn't mean he was almost dead. Like that means a lot. That means just as much as rocking a guy.
It should.
It should.
But judges are judges. And
That's a bad aspect of judges because it's very difficult to get to a position like that where you're almost submitting a guy multiple times.
Yeah.
Like those were like very close. And if you were looking at that in terms of a jiu-jitsu perspective, like he's got the advantage.
100%.
100%.
So that's why that would be a tough fight for me. But I want to fight the biggest names.
Diego's moved up. So Diego's 55 now.
Yeah.
From what I understand, which makes sense because he's fucking big. It was probably a real struggle for that dude to get down to 45.
Yeah.
A real problem.
Yeah.
But 55 is such a fucking lion's
Shark
den
Tank,
too. What did you think of the Topuria Gaethje fight?
I thought it was amazing, man. Like for Gaethje to come out, it kind of reminded me of the Tony Ferguson fight, right? The boogeyman, he did what he needed to do, had a perfect game plan. And what Gaethje said was the most spot-on thing. I was talking to one of my friends. They said they like Gaethje on the podcast, but they were like, I thought he came off a little cocky or arrogant. I was like, as he fucking should.
He's the champion of the world.
Was trying to shit on him and gave him no chance to win the fight. If anyone relates to that, is me. I understand exactly where he's coming from. Fuck, let him fucking talk his shit. Because if the other guy won, best believe he would have been his white rose, like he said he was going to do. He's had beef with his dad. Like, there's a lot of built-up animosity, whether it was fake, whatever, it was there. So let him have his time in the sun. So, but with the fight, I thought the thing he said that made the most sense to me, that resonated, was he changed people's perception of the fighter. Where before, people were kind of going in there hesitant, scared, and they kind of knew what they were walking into, and it was going to be a bad night. Mm-hmm. And going in there and doing that to Ferguson changed Ferguson's career. Yeah. Going in there doing this to Topuria. Can Topuria bounce back and be the same guy and have that same aura, same persona that people are going to step in the octagon with him and be a little hesitant to want to go in there with him because of what he's done in the past, but then also knowing that, just like us, man, he puts his fucking pants on the same way we do, one leg at a time, unless he could jump and put both on at the same time. But
I think there's a physics element to it, too. The reality of Gaethje and Topuria is that Topuria is much smaller.
Yeah.
He's a much smaller person. Look, he's got death in his hands. Death. And a lot of people would have folded in that second round. But Gaethje is so fucking durable. He's so and you can't make him quit. He's not going to quit. You might beat him. He's been beat before, but it's not because he doesn't believe in himself. And it's not because he can't endure. It's because he gets caught.
Yeah.
And you think about the way Ilya put it on him in that second round. He emptied the gas tank, and Gaethje was still there. And that's the problem, is you cannot empty the gas tank on that guy.
I think he got ahead of himself, too. I felt like he was trying to put an exclamation point, bow tie ribbon on the finish, where he could have submitted him or maybe just go for the TKO, but instead he went for the Khabib-like mounted triangle that Khabib hit on Gaethje, and he was in the same position, was going for the same sequence, and I go, brother, this is either going to be really dope or it's going to be the reason you lose. And he lost the position. Gaethje gets back up, and man, just everything he did in the approach. If they had a rematch, maybe the fight goes different. Maybe Topuria, if he does, he takes him down and does what he's also really good at and submits him.
Or maybe he's more patient with his attack.
Moving his head more, kind of like...
Doesn't empty the gas tank in the second round when he has him hurt. Justin's attitude is so crazy, too. Like, when he got back to the corner, he's like, good body shot. Good body.
He's the best, man.
Congratulating him on hitting him with a good liver shot.
Yeah. It's and the way he hit him, I was like, the fact that he didn't just go down and curl up in a ball and just say, all right, I'm just going to take my paycheck and go home.
Nope. Well, it was his last chance at 37 to be a world champion. and he did it. And he did it in the White House, which is crazy.
So you're saying there's
Were
a
you there?
chance?
Saying there's a chance.
37? You're saying there's a
Of course
chance?
there's a chance. You've already pulled it off before. You 100% could be a world champion at 45. You know it.
Bro, that would be the Cinderella ending for my career, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even put into words, like, what that would feel like. Like, I get, like, goosebumps even, like, thinking and talking about it, because it's...
Well, you're
my
better and
career-
smarter than you've ever been before.
Yeah.
All your experience, the Zalal fight's a great example of that. You're at a world championship level at 45 for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
It's...
It's a matter of whether or not you get that shot.
I think they should hopefully... let's say I don't get booked because there's not a lot of options, but let's say they have their fight. Hopefully it's in Abu Dhabi sooner rather than later.
I think that's when it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And hopefully I'm the next guy, because then it's okay to wait. If not, then, I'd rather stay active, stay busy, make money, and the whole nine. Because that's ultimately what it comes down to. Like,
So they haven't talked to you about any potential fights or offered you anything?
they floated names. Pico's now booked with Zalal.
Oh, yes. Interesting.
There's Vallejos, but with Vallejos, that's going so far back again for me. It's like, it's not a fight that makes a ton of sense, but whatever these guys want to do, but I've never said no. Maybe that's a problem.
But ideally, you'd like to fight for the title next.
Ideally, I would like to fight for the title next.
And I think that makes sense, especially you as a former world champion at bantamweight. It makes sense.
especially if Volk wins.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's the
this
fight.
is a big fight you can make. Two OGs of their weight classes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I've done at the bantamweight division, set the records. Why not? Mm-hmm. So...
Well, I mean, after Lerone knocked out Pico, he was saying, "I'll see you next," and we thought that was going to be the case.
And it changed.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it changes, but it
Now
changes.
Lerone loses to Evloev, and then the whole thing is just upside down now. Because Lerone, after he knocked out Pico, looked like the man. He looked like
I
the
mean,
man.
it wasn't looking like the man before that, but
Well, Pico's a bad motherfucker,
yeah,
dude.
he didn't get like no fucks. I was like, dude, you gotta slow down.
He's so reckless. I mean, it makes him so exciting, but listen, he adjusted in the Pitbull fight in a perfect way. I mean, he looked like world class in the Pitbull fight. That left hook he has is beautiful.
It's nasty.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's perfect. Like, they should study it. They should teach that left hook, the Aaron Pico left hook. Him and Ilya. Ilya's left hook is fucking phenomenal. That left hook to the body.
Ilya just does such a good job. Once he gets going and he hits a slip and he's just like, bink, bink, bink. It's almost like Conor-esque, the way he just lines up his shots. Vintage Conor.
Vintage Conor, like Eddie Alvarez Conor.
Oh, my God.
That was when
And
he was the Matrix.
Who is it? They did a side-by-side Euros Medic with D-Rod.
Yes,
and
I
it was
saw that.
Bro, I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way this is like the same exact combination.
Close, except for the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eurosmedic look good, man.
He's
Damn.
another motherfucker.
He's another motherfucker. And another guy who was cutting too much weight.
At 55.
Yeah. At 70, that's perfect for him. Because he's big, man. He's so tall.
I think all first rounds, too.
Uh-huh.
Just starching guys.
Serbia's a wild place, too, man. They're wild people.
Brother. Brother, it was hostile. They were nice to me, but my Albanian friends...
Oh, I'm sure.
Because there's still a lot of history that wasn't too long ago. And I always tell my friends, I'm like, yo, we are blessed to be in this country because the shit we bitch about and complain about, these are luxuries, liberties, and freedoms that a lot of these countries do not have.
Right.
And all it takes is a short trip overseas and you'll see, hey, I can't wait to go back home and I'll kiss the ground. It ain't perfect, but we got a lot,
Have you ever seen those Serbian basketball games?
I heard about it. I didn't get to see them, though. I heard they were talking about I think we were supposed to go to one or something
It's
like that.
war. Like, the chants in the audience is crazy.
The flares and everything, too.
Well, it's the chants. It's when they're chanting. You're like, Jesus. It's like daunting. It's very different than anything you ever see in America.
Yeah.
It's like first of all, their national pride. Like, give me some volume on this.
Yeah, the flares, bro.
Serbian basketball game. Yeah, they're lighting that place on fire. I mean, it might as well be a riot.
Now, is
mean-
this actually basketball, like
Yeah.
how we know it?
Bro, basketball.
Not
They're
Dagestani style?
fucking
They're not-
good. No.
They're not tackling each other?
The Dagestani stuff is crazy. Like, listen to the crowd.
Fuck.
bro, they get into it.
Look at that stadium.
I know.
Amazing.
It's like war. I mean, the energy, the fucking crowd. The energy is like the energy in an American NBA game times 10.
Shout out the Knicks.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much. Like, look at all the movement in the crowd. I mean, these people are active. I mean, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, we don't. That's the one unfortunate thing. I feel like our sports isn't as like our fan base is, besides New Yorkers who will beat you up for being the rival team in the playoff finals. Wearing the wrong jersey, you better take that shit off. We don't really get like we don't.
That kind of pride.
Yeah, that's like.
Well, those people have been to war pretty recently.
It's different.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it makes you appreciate. That's why I'm, like I go back to like it makes me appreciate like what we have here, and the fact that we can achieve basically whatever it is that we want to. It's not easy, but we can.
Yes.
We can try. We have the option to try.
Anything. Yeah. I mean, this is literally the land of opportunity. But when you see people that come from Serbia, we see people that come from Dagestan, we see people that come from these like war-torn Chechnya, they're different because their childhood was different. Like
Different mentality.
Yeah, it's a different mentality. It's a warrior mentality. It's very different.
Yeah. Like I've learned a little bit from Marab and going to Georgia, learned the history about them and Russia and the whole war and everything and the political side of things, and then going to Albania, going to Kosovo, and then going to Serbia and seeing how, like, the Serbians are coming up to my Albanian friends, introducing themselves basically, or asking my friends where they're from, and then just straight up just saying Kosovo is Serbia as an introduction. I would go, are we just trying to start a fight right now? Like, I don't even understand. Can we just be cool? We're in your country. We just accept one another for what it is. We're here for the fights. We're not here to fight. Just have. Oh, before I forget this. So we were after one of the nights. I think we went to one of the clubs on the water, and we go out to this food spot to go get food. It's called Good Food or whatever. And we're there.
Name.
We're with some of the staff, the UFC staff. We're hanging out. These guys are always great. We're having a good time. Couple fighters, and I guess one of the guys came over and was talking to one of our friends, and he goes to him like. Our friend looks straight up Dardanian. Like, he looks like a straight up Illyrian bloodline. Like, he looks straight up Albanian. And he asks him where he's from. He tells him, oh, I'm Albanian. I'm from, I think he says he's from Kosovo. And they start talking. But then, sure enough, the guy, I guess, starts reaching into his pocket. And he says whatever he says. They don't speak Serbian. It's a different language. And we have a Serbian friend with us. And he translates for them, and he tells them, he says, if you guys don't clear out in 10 minutes, I'm going to blow this place up. Brother, what? I'm taking a piss break around the corner outside somewhere because I'm like, been drinking all night. I got to find somewhere to go. I come back, and they're explaining this to me. So we start telling the girls. He says when the guy starts going down the steps, he's like trying to talk to the guy. He keeps taking a step back. He said he starts sweating profusely. He's got his hand in his back pocket, and he moves it to the front. And he's just like waving, whatever, saying whatever he's saying in Serbian, telling everybody they better leave. And he said he thought it was a gun. And then he asked our Serbian friend, he said, no, it was a grenade. I was like, what? He's just casually walking around with a fucking grenade? Are you kidding me?
And just because they were Albanian.
Brother, this is life for these guys. And I know people are they're gonna criticize. Oh, we're not all like. Of course, not everyone is like that. But there's still some crazy people out there that still have this pent up resentment and anger for everything because of the separation of the lands and all this. But it's almost like the Israel-Palestine thing. It's all the lands get divided from years ago, and then you did this to me, but then you did this to me, but then you did this to me first, but then you did this to me back then. And I'm like, what are we gonna go back to BC? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Can we draw a line in the sand and go, okay, this is where we all agree that this is what it should be, and just make everybody happy, or somewhat happy, so that we can go on with our lives in peace. You know what I mean? It's just
the problem is the war is so recent for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I was so like broken up about it. I'm just like, dude, I did not know it was like this, man. This is like, because you're from this country and this guy had a pleasant conversation with you, he's
got a fucking grenade.
Pull out a fucking grenade and he's going walk. I'm like, nah, it's crazy. But
yeah, don't take any fights over there if you're
like,
Albanian.
God bless America.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis is Albanian.
That's crazy.
And the chants he was getting, basically what they told me to translate to was kill Albanians. And I'm laughing because I don't understand anything. I'm just laughing because I'm like, yo, this is sick. You're in the main event. This was like me fighting O'Malley in the main event. The crowd was packed. They could not wait for Dennis to make that walk. Booing. You hear chants, Kosovo, Serbia, Kosovo, Serbia, Kosovo, Serbia. And, unfortunately, but I told Dennis, I was like, you handled it well. Like, you know, even in hostile territory, you came in like a champ. You didn't piss anybody off. You were just doing what you normally do. You do your ego every fight. You're not looking to provoke anybody. And it was nice to see, even after the fight, whatever the fucked up stoppage, he got a better reception on the way out. There was still some
That's good.
like angry fans. Like,
well, luckily he didn't win.
I was like, bro, you had won this fight here. I don't know, man. We had to run.
They might have blew up the hotel.
Oh my god!
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, imagine you fight Euros Medic over there and you beat him.
bro, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but his dad was told when he got to the hotel that he wasn't welcome here. He had to go all the way back to Albania.
Really?
He drove all the way down. Had to drive all the way back
Wow, that's
because his last name.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they told me you're not welcome here. Like this is
God bless America.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine-
here's the thing. Like in America, like when Russians fight in the UFC, everybody cheers.
Oh,
No-
I got
no
Peter
one cares.
Yan got the biggest reception.
But I mean, even now,
Yeah, it was-
even now, in the middle of the Ukraine war and all that shit, like when Russians fight over here, nobody cares. If you could fight, they'll cheer you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few people that yell out USA, USA, and that's all good because it's not that bad, you know. It's just
Yeah.
they're cheering for the American, but they're not saying death to the Russian. You know what I mean?
yeah, we don't have a phrase. We don't have a statement.
Right. But would you fight in Russia right now? Imagine if you were fighting a Russian in Russia right now. How scared?
I got offered a RAF match in Russia.
What's a raft match?
RAF?
Oh, I thought you meant like raft, like you fight on a raft.
No, that'd be crazy.
Did you see Marab was sparring with Zuckerberg on a raft?
Basically a raft. He did the Spartan kick off the raft, and then he picked him up and slammed him into the water. But,
So you got offered one of those matches.
yeah,
in
It'd been
Russia.
my second one. The first one was with Benson Henderson. That was a fun match, more so for me. But yeah, but I was just like, it was a really good prospect, 12-0 guy. I think he fights at PFL. Tough guy, but I'm like, dude, I'm leaving Albania. I just left Baku. I have no desire to go all the way back overseas again. I want to prepare for a fight. I want to sell some rum. I want to fucking sell some cigars, help my training partners. It's like, and I got a wife. I got to make sure that I'm
You're
kinda-
home.
Kind of
Yeah.
home. Like, give her
Yeah.
some attention and some love, some TLC.
Well, it's also there's a reality of wrestling matches that you have the potential of blowing a knee out.
that too.
That's real.
So,
You know, who was the Russian guy who blew his knee out?
the Georgian guy.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, the big heavyweight guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Georgian guy. He was
I
like a
mean-
silver medalist in the Olympics.
I mean, you can blow a knee out in these matches, and then you're fucked.
and all the injuries in MMA are basically, what were you doing? I was
Wrestling. Yeah.
The culprit.
Well, listen, Aljamain, it's always good to have you on here, brother. And good luck with the rum company. It's called Harbor. What is it called?
Funk Harbor Rum. And we actually got a community app now, too. It's called joinfunkharbor.com.
And what is the website if people want to go and see the rum?
Well, if they want to join the community, it's joinfunkharbor.com. If you want to purchase, funkharborrum.com or funkharborspirits.com. Pretty easy. And we're looking for more distributors to keep growing this thing as best as we can. And the best thing about it is we're actually giving people an opportunity to help grow this thing from the ground up. We're 2 years in as of August 1st. And we doubled our sales from last year. So we're in a really, really good spot. So I'm excited about that. And anyone that's been following me from the beginning of my career, they get an opportunity to now take the ride with us. And we got perks and stuff like that all listed on the Republic campaign for the
Beautiful.
crowdfunding.
I'm so happy that you have something like this. It's really
Yeah.
cool. It's good. It's smart, too.
Yeah,
It's
so
really good to invest in something like that.
yeah, so far so good. And
And good luck in whatever happens in the future, because I really do hope you get another title shot.
Oh my God, that'd be.
It would be that's the right way. The right way is because again, you're 37. This is the time.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Joe,
appreciate
I appreciate you.
Always good to see you, my friend.
Always.
All right. Bye, everybody.